everyone, and welcome back to the smartest podcast that you're aware of, Internet Genius. Yes, what a joy. You're back here with me, Nate Bestman, your humble, smartest, most handsome man of all time. What's going on, everybody? And let's just jump into our people that are here with us today, and we'll talk about what's going on later. So, of course, the furtive Noni joins us once again. Come on up here, buddy. How you doing?
I love video games. I love video games.
Yes, well, we'll discuss whether or not video games are in fact completely over and whether it is all over generally for Western civilization due to the content of the summergamesfest. We'll address that momentarily. And hey, welcome back, everybody. You know him, you love him. It's Cyber Hedgehog.
Hello, thank you for having me back on another episode of Internet Gamer Genius Zone. Wait, what episode is this? I actually forgot.
This is episode 9, I believe, of the show.
Fuck, yeah, that's crazy.
999, yeah.
My shitty podcast has been going for like 4 years, and we're on episode 16. So I think you're going to have... Well, if you need a regular podcast, this might be the podcast for you, boys and girls.
And, you know, it's been well established that quantity is, in fact, better than quality, so this is the right place.
Yeah, it's actually kind of true, though, in the fucked up way, because it's like, first of all, the algorithm... It's literally true in the algorithm. Like, the algorithm needs you to be uploading consistently if you ever want your shit to get pushed anywhere. And it's like... Obviously, quality is quality, quantity is not quality, but, like, if you just make enough stuff, if it's a regular, it becomes part of someone's, like, daily routine. It's, like, it gets ingrained in, a parasocial way, and I don't even mean that in a sort of, like, nefarious way, but just in the sense, like, when people watch Seinfeld every week or whatever, it just becomes part of your thing. And then if you just do things regularly enough, you're more likely to just accidentally make some high-quality moments, you know what I mean? Where it's like...
You're putting in the hours, you're getting your 10,000 hours toward mastery. Yeah, it becomes a habit to the viewer, and, it depends on the thing that you're trying to do and, like, your specific goals, but, like, most people making YouTube or whatever are basically just trying to figure out ways to get more attention and eyeballs on them. So yeah, doing something regularly is really the basic life hack. I remember like we first started with like a show way back in the day, and we were weekly with it, and that was the machine that on TBAT, me and Ben back in the day, that was the machine through which we like learned how to do anything because we forced ourselves to release one thing weekly. And we, you know, I'm sure not everybody does this, but we like picked up skills, we tried to do new things, we figured out new techniques, and that was like going along with a weekly show that was happening, so that just happened to work out well for us. But like for everybody, my biggest growth on YouTube happened when I was doing Weagawa, the weekly show. And obviously you want a combination of the two, and then there's people that are like, now they're over the hill and they can release a video once per year and like still be doing fine.
Fucking
but
H-Bomber guys,
or
a video in like 3 years. You motherfucker, just put out a new video, you piece of shit.
I always wonder though, is there some other facet of the machine going on? They're like, are they using their abilities to do other things, like they're streaming or they're
usually there's other things going on in the background for sure. And it is one of those things like you were saying where it's like it's one of those things where it's just if you make something routine, it becomes so much easier than when it's like every single time you like have to decide to do make a video. It's like, oh, this is gonna be a huge thing. And it's funny, I was just talking to someone about this I thought I was thinking about Mia Mafova, but we were technically just talking about like technically daily uploads. Like that can't even be like the ideal way to do it because it's like if like you have a video pop off, like, you know, you need to, like, the algorithm doesn't really like it if, like...
And I had one or two. Some of my videos from Mia Mafova actually did do well.
But then it feels like, but then if you're uploading more shit every single day, it feels like that's starting to take attention away from the shit that should have been... But it's like, I don't even know if that's entirely how it works. But it's just like, weekly is probably the sweet spot, the golden spot. I mean, daily uploads is awesome. As a viewer, it's awesome. I love getting the daily uploads. It was such a cool experience, but like I'm making it as hell. Even it's funny because like
as an event,
it's great as an event. It's great as the kind of thing to do. But like even if you're like no video will be longer than like 5 minutes. Even if you do everything to keep the scale down, like it will still take up a lot of time to do. Well, I don't have to tell you about it, but like daily shit is crazy.
Yeah. But you know, it depends on your niche, because like there's some people that are like basically news shows, and sure, for those people doing it every day works. I mean, I guess maybe I'm being pedantic or whatever, because like that's obviously not anyone in this, you know, group right here, or you know, most of the people we know.
But I know what you mean though. Like I'm not even trying to throw shade on this guy. I have nothing against him on a personal level. What's his name? Charlie Penguin Zero or whatever. Where it's like that guy can make daily videos because his daily videos are just like he looks at whatever is like popular on YouTube and he's like, dude, this video situation is crazy, and then he gets 1 million views every single fucking day just talking about popular things. Which again, I don't even have anything against the guy. It's just funny that's like, if that's the type of content you're doing, then yes, you can do daily content and it's not gonna like kill you. But like for most people,
he's an interesting guy, you know. He basically, some people just get chosen, and I'm not saying that he didn't earn it at all.
Right, exactly.
Just,
you can't start on YouTube doing
enough.
that. He had to have a YouTube career before he could get to the point where he could just comment on things that people are interested because it's just him. And once again, I'm not even trying to talk shit on the guy. It's just interesting to me to think about like that's what you can get to that point where you can just make a video on like anything, and then it's just like and then the algorithm loves it because he's making views like on a daily basis. I guess maybe daily views. If you put out videos on the daily and they get views, the algorithm probably does love your ass. Honestly, I just feel like that's impossible.
Okay, I think because both of you are such like, hey, let me upload a video every couple of months or every couple of fucking years, you villains. Charlie has just think of it this way: Charlie uploads a video every day for like the last 5 fucking years. You know?
And I respect that. I genuinely respect that.
He just
honestly,
didn't stop. I think there is the other dude, like Dolan Dark or something like that, like the dude who like makes like the 1 minute meme reviews. I remember when he started uploading those and they had like actual like a couple thousand views. He just didn't stop. He just didn't stop for actual years, and now every video he puts out gets like 1 million views.
That's crazy. Although I will say, if you're like an up and coming YouTuber and your takeaway from this is, oh, I should start putting out videos every single day, and eventually the algorithm will. No, that is not the listener. That will drive you insane, and you will get burnt out, and you will kill yourself probably.
Do you ever see those videos? Do you ever see like on YouTube Shorts or whatever? If you scroll into the depths as it just keeps going, and like it's like going into the back rooms, going like short, just keep on scrolling through them infinitely. They degrade like the room in the back rooms over time. You get to like the bedrock, which is like an uploaded, like, you go through like the Family Guy, like Brian explains the Quran to Stewie, who's curious about, you know, his Muslim beliefs or whatever. But then even beyond that, the very bedrock is like that one audio. It's like, hey guys, and it's like Minecraft gameplay or like Roblox gameplay or something, and it's the guy going, hey guys, I want you to know that it's so hard for little creators out here, and if you just give this video 1 like and 1 retweet or whatever, that I'm making someone smile. Or he's even just virtue signaling, being like, if I make 1 person watch my video, even though I keep grinding and I work so hard every day, if 1 person watches, it makes me smile, and I know that I've done a good job. Meanwhile, I mean, this is like a sound that has been reused by like, I don't know, hundreds, thousands, millions of shorts of this. I don't even know what the original is, but yeah, it's just shut the fuck up, dude. Just make your slop and move the fuck along. You're making shorts of Roblox gameplay or whatever. It's not that serious.
It is funny too, which is like you know, hey,
go ahead.
you think like, I know you're talking about the, like, it's funny. There's like AI generated fucking shorts backwards. I don't even want to get into, but like every now and then the algorithm. I used to think it was like a glitch, but it does this on purpose. I swear, which is it'll just like recommend you a video that has like 100 views, and it'll just be like either it'll be some like 19-year-old video or just some like random bullshit, which is just like a glimpse in like you know, it's funny because it's like. It's just like some random inane bullshit that wouldn't ever like go viral or whatever. It's just like a glimpse into someone's life or whatever. It's like let's play part 36 from some random person or whatever. But it's just like interesting. Like that's like the real bedrock YouTube. Is like, because it used to be like, now there's like all these like news articles like, ooh, can you believe the Backrooms guy used to be a YouTuber? He's 20 years old. He used to be a YouTuber.
Crazy.
It's like, I guess RLM already made this point, but it's like who at 20 years old doesn't have a YouTube channel or didn't try to be a YouTuber. It's like, what does it even mean to be a YouTuber? Because it wasn't like he was like a Giga Chad like making Logan Paul on YouTube, and then he's like pivoted to movies. He was just a guy who happened to make some YouTube stuff, and then, you know, his short Backrooms thing got like, you know, people like that. So it's like, oh, yeah, this guy can do Backrooms.
Elevated. They were above your typical, you know, content on YouTube. Not even above, like, I don't know, fucking anime reviews or video game discussions. They're like, this is relatively cinema. Like, this guy may well have gone to like film school, or maybe he didn't, because like,
shout out to anyone on YouTube
actually been old enough.
Making art of any kind. You know what I mean? Like not media talking about other media. Of course, I say that as someone who makes me like that. I'm not even looking down at that kind of people. I get it. I understand it, but it's like you have to have respect for those guys. Even if the media you're making is like, I saw a scary 4chan post and I wanted to make a short film about it. You know what I mean? Like, that's still respect. I still respect that. You know what I mean?
Well, as a member of the Sloppocalypse that you and I both are, we can look up at the titans of that actually are exhibiting creativity and individuality and be like, wow, maybe one day,
I can't wait to make a video about that.
Thank you, Kane Parsons, or whatever your name is. Hey, okay, quick intro notes here, people. Do not forget to go to patreon.com/internetgenius. Give me personally $5 a month to get our bonus episodes. There is a new one coming in like a day or two after this comes out. It's about Mina the Hollower. Yes, we discussed it at great length. Everything there is to say and learn and know about it. Although since they'd actually learned a couple of new things. Do you guys know how hard it is to get, like, the secret ending of Mina the Hollower? Noni, are you aware of this? Have you looked this up at all?
Nope, not yet.
It's crazy.
I am
it's
not,
nuts.
but that intrigues me, though. I like when games have incredibly weird, esoteric, secret bullshit in them.
Let me tell you this. This is what I've heard going around. This isn't even a spoiler. This is just, like, I guess I'm spoiling the fact that there is, like, a secret ending beyond the one that, like, everybody gets. And it is thus. It's that... This has got to be a lie, but this is what it said as I was doing research or like reading about it. They said no one in the world has gotten the secret ending without enabling some of those like cheat code things that are built into the game. That is very hard to believe, but I shall be the one. I shall crack the case.
Hey, that just gives you more motivation, right? Exactly. Yeah, to be like someone out there has to do it. That's interesting.
There's no way. There's no way that no one's done it. I find that hard to believe. How would they even know if that's true? I guess you can tell by the achievements. Maybe they really designed. Maybe the Mina guys, maybe Yacht Club Games are actually geniuses, and they made an achievement the way that like a mythical achievement is meant to be, as in it's actually seriously challenging, and like no one can do it unless you spend like your 10,000 hours speed run practicing to get this ultimate achievement, get like the secret ending or whatever. And I heard that I haven't done this because I'm a real gamer. I would never turn on cheats or make anything easier at any point in my life. I don't believe in the wheel. I do it all. I drag everything. I don't believe in levers. I lost my point, but it's something about how you got to figure out yourself. You got to be a cool, smart gamer and do everything on your own. Blah blah blah. That's the point. So maybe Yacht Club Games are cool guys like that, and they want to seriously challenge people, so that if you actually have this achievement, it's like, wow, that's serious. Like beating all the gummy ship missions in Kingdom Hearts 2, or something else that no one has ever done because no one cares enough to do so.
I feel like modern gamers are gonna freak out if you put an actual, honest to God achievement in a game that like they can't unlock. Like it's like the kind of achievement that like, oh, it's okay that only 1 out of 10,000 or 1 out of 100,000 people unlock this. People go ape shit, and they would be like, I need my platinum trophy, bro, and then they'll be like, cheese strats on YouTube. Here's how I get my cheese strat for how to beat the secret ending. I like the idea of a dev being like, we're gonna put in some secret ending bullshit, and it's okay that not everyone's gonna see it. You know what I mean? It's okay that some players just aren't gonna be good enough to see it legit style. You know what? Mina is fine because it has all those built-in cheats or whatever. So it's like, I don't know if that's accessibility or if it's just like terms of fun gameplay, like twists and variants or whatever. I still haven't gotten around to playing it, but I will now that I'm done with that fucking James Bond game. I will get around to playing.
Oh
Mina.
People, was it epic? Was it
you know what? It's funny because it was one of those games as I was playing it. I was like, I can't remember if I went on this little rant about it last time, which is like, it was fun. It was like a good. The whole time I was playing, because I love the Hitman trilogy made by the same studio, and it's like whenever those games are like infinitely replayable, basically. The James Bond game, I was playing through the campaign, and I realized this as I was playing it, which was like, this was designed to be like played like one time, basically. Like this is designed for the average gamer, because the average gamer is going to play this one time. I'm sure the average Hitman player didn't even complete the missions more than once, but those missions, that game in particular, is specifically designed around playing it over and over to really flesh out, because every little map is like a little elaborate dollhouse with these super complicated little systems, and every little guard patrol paths and this and that, multi-tiered levels of guard disguises and whatnot. Whereas the James Bond thing is like a very, very much more like linear, like thrill ride type situation. And when you're on the roller coaster, it's fun. I had a fun time playing it. I'm not gonna be like, it wasn't a fun game. It was a fun game, but it's like I just knew as I was playing it, like, oh, I'm not gonna sink like hundreds of hours into this like I did with Hitman. And I guess that's okay. It's okay to have types of games that are like that too. Not every game has to be like the most replayable game of all time, but
that's just it fuels my endless quest to like not play a game unless I really know I'm gonna play it, because it's just I already know. But there are some games, if there's any question, I'm happy to give it like a year, and then I'll check back in after a year or two, and like, oh, now it's okay. The people I know and respect have played this game. They say it's mid, and I'm like, okay, I don't need to play a game that's mid. My life loses nothing by not doing this. Or maybe they're like, it's good, but it's not exactly what you would like, Nate. And great, No, not playing it. Or they'll be like, hey, this other game, it doesn't look like the kind of game that you, Nate. I'm speaking the general. I'm talking about like watching a YouTube video or something. But they're like, it doesn't, this game has this. But actually, if you play 1,000 hours, I'm kind of thinking of, for example, something like Kingdom Hearts 3 that like is shit for almost all of it until you get to the end. And it's like, this is what my review was about. Actually, it's great once you skip every cutscene and get to the end, and finally the gameplay is good. And with that kind of thing, it's like, okay, now I know what expectations to bring to the table, and I can be prepared for it. So, like, if you love Hitman, and the same studio makes, like, a James Bond, it sounds great, but if somebody plays it and they're like, yeah, so, like, I know these series extremely well, and it just, like, lacks the beautiful dollhouse replayability with the complex mechanics, like Metal Gear levels or whatever, then, it just doesn't have it. Then I'd probably skip it,
That's the struggle, though. It's like, you're pulled, like, do I want to play the new game when it's new so I can be part of the zeitgeist and talk about it and make fucking social media posts, or do I want to be patient? It's better to be patient. I like, that's what I mean. I was going to say, it's better to be the patient type of guy who doesn't have to play the AAA game when it's new, wait for it to go on sale. There's so many old games, so like, you have a backlog. Everyone memes and jokes about their stupid fucking backlog. There's every good game that's ever been made for you to go play right now. It's like
dude, so many old games I've already played, I would rather replay than play, some of the new games that sound, maybe they're kind of okay. And I guess there's something a little bit pathetic in that but we are talking about the realm of children's video games anyway, so the patheticness is built in from the start. So when I play Chrono Trigger for the 10,000th time or whatever, that may well be a superior use of my time than
still tickle your nerves. You can still get things that are playing a game for the 10,000th time. The same way you can read a book for the 10,000th time, and you can still, like, because reading at different points in your life, it like means different things to you. You'll notice different things. You'll appreciate different things about it.
Dude, there's so many endings I have not gotten in Chrono Trigger.
That game in particular is insane. Talk about a weirdly just like dense replayable game. But even going back to what I was saying about like the first time playthrough thing, where like they design games around that. I mean, I guess all games are sort of designed around that in a way, depending. Well, not all, it depends on the game. Yeah. Games are very diverse. I was just thinking about like specifically with Kingdom Hearts 3. You could tell probably when they were making it, they wanted to make sure the average casual Andy who just hasn't thought about Kingdom Hearts since Kingdom Hearts 2 had a fun theme park ride through the main story of the game, and they didn't want to scare those people away with insane levels of depth and combat. You know what I mean? They crammed all that in the end game because they're like, the freaks who love this will love it at the end of the game, and they can have it be segregated.
No choice. They're captured.
I don't really know exactly how.
Yep.
I forget exactly how the structure of KH3 goes. Is it like data battles at the end or whatever, like 2 or whatever? Like, is they just segregate?
Yeah, it's all data battles.
First of all, not at the end. In the DLC, okay?
Correct. In the DLC, which you have to buy. You have to buy the DLC.
You have to buy the DLC that came out like a year and a half later.
Right. Okay. I'm remembering now. I'm remembering the things people had a problem with KH3 about.
And dude, we'll circle back to this for sure, because there's a new Kingdom Hearts game that's been announced, and there's new trailers. People have been saying, Nate, you gotta. Okay, this is the time, guys. We'll get to it later on. We will talk about your Kingdom Hearts IV. It'll be everybody will love it.
We'll talk about all the new IVs, but I do want to talk about the James Bond game and new games in general. I did play some of the new James Bond game, and I did literally fall asleep. So I did stop.
Okay, that game, it has some atrocious modern, like, okay, this is why it's like, I don't specifically have a specific beef with this game because I haven't really fully played it, but like whenever I looked at like footage of like God of War, and there was those insanely long like walk and talk sections where it's like, we don't have boring cutscenes in our game. We just have insanely long, boring stretches of gameplay where you walk around and talk to NPCs. And that is exactly what I was doing and playing. And I was like, this is going to be boring as fuck on a replay because it's my first time through and I'm already like getting bored doing this shit. But like, it's like,
there's you can skip at least, man.
Exactly.
That's
Metal Gear Solid.
It's not even about skipping. You can put your controller down and just let it play out and just relax.
You have to. Yep.
Exactly. Yes, and it's fun. It is actually funny sometimes if you like look at like when you look at like speedruns of Metal Gear Solid. Like if you skip all the cutscenes, you skip all the codec calls. Those games are like short as fuck, especially if you're good at them. But they feel so big and like such an experience your first time through because of the cinematic story. But then they're replayable.
Metal Gear Solid 4. We were talking about with Mark. It's like 90% cutscene or something.
The Act 5 in particular is crazy. Sometimes I forget that it's like you get launched onto that ship and the act is like 2 fucking rooms. It's literally 2 rooms. It's 2 rooms and then then a couple boss fights, and then hours of cutscenes. Which again, I love the cutscenes of Metal Gear Solid. I love Metal Gear Solid. Yeah, there's so
the Mount Rushmore of the bosses was straight Kino though. At least
there's so many amazing moments. Like that's the kind of stuff that you could only find in the like the insane mind of a Kojima type person who's like having these like this Japanese perspective, have all this, because he has an insane amount of Western influence on him. You know what I mean? So he's like a weird Westaboo guy. So it's like the kind of things you could see in this medium, from these creators, is like so different from other types of mediums. I don't know.
I mean, yeah, he's obviously a freak and a sick individual and needs to be stopped. And I will be the one man that plants myself. The tanks at Tiananmen Square rolling down. Those are Kojima's new releases. I am the guy standing in the trench, standing in the way, saying, "This far and no further, Kojima. We've had enough of your nonsense. It's time to stop."
It'll never happen. It'll never happen.
Wait, real quick. Speaking of people that have to be stopped, guys, I just have to say, this is a slight diversion, but I'm just saying, this is in my notes. I have to mention it. It's just, the community internet genius, okay, is still coming along. There has been, I'm going to just say right now, yes, guys, you can send an email down below. It's linked. You can send us something, a question, something for us to review. Is it genius? Do the geniuses determine it's good or bad or not? I'm just saying, there were some things that were sent that were of slightly higher quality than previously. However, they were still mostly shitty memes that have almost nothing to do with this show. And there were a couple of questions that were slightly boring and meandering. Nothing was up to... This is my point. This is the point I'm getting to. It's that we are going to take something eventually. It's gonna happen. But I have to do a tiny bit of technical work to make it so that like everybody on the show can hear it when we play it. And I had not set that up yet. And there were things on here, there were things that I thought, maybe this could have been included, but none of it inspired me enough to put in the small amount of effort to make it so it would actually work on the show. This is the ultimate filter for me knowing that it isn't good enough to play on the show. So our quest continues. Who will be the first person to create something at all decent that is worthy of being played on the show? We will find out soon.
The quest for the submission. The quest
for content. The quest for content continues, folks. Submissions. Will someone be good enough? I don't know.
That's right. We need a little tech support on your side just to get it up and running, and a little tech support on their side just to make sure the shit is even worth playing.
Exactly.
Okay, first of all, everyone trying to send like old ass fucking stupid ass memes. You dumb fuck.
No,
they need to be making new memes,
funny.
Cultivating new memes. They're new memes. And you're gonna be like looking back and like, I can't believe I tried to send old memes to Internet Genius Show when I wasn't even cultivating and creating new memes. It was a new
what's his
meme.
Name? That's what we need. Voodoo's a cool guy. He made some cool memes, but it's like Talking Pirates related, like One Piece, like Nate got owned, and it is a good meme, but it's not relevant to this show. So it just doesn't, it's not appropriate. What am I gonna do? Play a meme of a show that none of these people were a part of? That's not funny. That's not interesting. It's a good meme, but just not relevant, And final note, speaking of things that aren't relevant or worthy of existence or being on the show, I feel a disturbance in the force. I feel a shimmer of darkness out there. I feel he who copes is out there lingering in the darkness. He hasn't been mentioned for some time, but he is still there. He's still scheming. He's still undermining my very existence and everything that we're trying to accomplish here on Internet Genius. I feel that soon this arc may come to a climax. It's possible. Who knows? He's still a mysterious creature. Information about him is beginning to percolate. Could he break out of the metaverse and achieve transcendence and apotheosis here in real life? Find out sometime relatively soon. He who copes, the ultimate battle, one day soon. Okay, anyway, that's enough background meme stuff. Let's get on to the shit we're talking about. So, Noni, you were saying... You want to talk about games that were good and new and... God, there's just like zero games that are currently out that I care about.
What?
These words don't go together. It doesn't make sense. We'll talk about like a couple of things. There's Mina the Hollower is a good game with a sort of weird ending thing that is kind of strange, and the ending was a little bit weird. Still, good game, worth my time. Shovel Knight guys,
it didn't take them like a fucking decade to make this one game. Not that
did,
I'd rather them take their time and cook. I would rather them game studios take their time.
No. We talked about this the other day. It's just that they were actually working on another game,
right?
And it just like didn't come together, and it like fell apart. So they were like, shit, I guess we'll put it all on Mina, and they did, and it's been pretty good so far.
I'm glad that this game seems to have been a success. I guess I haven't really looked at like the sales figures, but it got great reviews, and I see a lot of people talking about it.
I'm pretty sure it did.
It got great reviews. That's good.
It was, dicey for a second because, they came out and were like, yeah, so if, like, this game doesn't sell, the studio closure, baby. And
yeah,
like,
right.
Yeah?
That's crazy. Their output is 2014 Shovel Knight, then 2021 Shovel Knight Pocket Dungeon, 2022 Shovel Knight Dig, which I think are those are
okay, but to be fair, you're skipping the DLCs, which were like individual new games.
True, that is true. It's just looking at the games developed list on their wiki page does not tell the whole story. Because each of those, I actually didn't play all of them, but I remember just being surprised by. I think I did. What was the first one? Was like the potion guy, and then there was like the specter guy. I don't think I did the king guy, but like either way,
you got it. King's the best one.
He's the best
King's
one.
The best
Fuck.
one.
Okay, I gotta go back.
He's a certified internet genius, man. He's a member of our club. So,
dude, I think it just wasn't out when I was in my Shovel Knight phase, and then it came out, and I was like, oh
yeah,
I'll get back to that someday, and then you literally just never even like thought about it until right now. But I love Shovel Knight. Shovel Knight was a great game. Shovel Knight was a great game. Yeah. He'd earned that right of being like the indie cameo guy in like 100 million other games.
He was transcendent. I gotta say though, about that release schedule thing, it's like, okay, like the Shovel Knight guys, I know they're making like modern games. Mina is technically modern, even though, it obviously harkens back to like GBA games and stuff.
It's it's the most trying to be retro game of all time, but like I know it is literally a modern game.
Guys, they seriously made Final Fantasy like 7, 8, 9, 10 within like 4. It took like 1 year.
We don't know how to do that anymore, Nate. They lost the technology to make games fast.
Why can't we recover that lost ability? I'm just saying, can't the indie games come out fast? Do we have to wait like a decade in between releases? Really? No one can do it. No one can pull it off. Somewhat out there.
It is insane when you look at the release schedule, some of the shit that used to come out in like
Dude, it's just what's been normalized. That's all it is. There's no reason Yacht Club games should take 10 years to make a new game. It doesn't make any sense. It's just like the industry expectations have a lot. I'm not calling them lazy. I'm just saying
agree with you now.
Expectations.
Part of me is like, I would rather them take time and make a good game than release a shitty bad game, whatever the Miyamoto Rush game quote. Who gives a fuck? The point is, I'm only gonna be alive for so many more years. I only have so many more 10-year stretches in me. I only get to leak through.
He never thought it would take 10 years to make a single-player individual game, because that was crazy at the time. They would never have done that, but
I'm only going to get to see, like, 2 more Yacht Club games before I fucking die of old age at this rate, it's like, maybe I do need to be a little more impatient about this stuff. I mean, again...
the pain of having a funny series and be like... I feel this with Persona, because I'm like, I'm going to be like 60 by the time I play Persona 7. It's actually insane.
Yeah, the gap between releases in that series is fucking crazy, right?
I mean, they're big games. There's a lot going on.
Isn't there that famous case where they put out the trailer for 5 with like a release date and it was just like a complete lie?
Like 5 years later.
5 years off. Only 5 years off.
Only 5 years off. Nate, you say like, they're big games. There's RPGs, man, Nate. I don't think every RPG needs 11-year gaps. I think
you're right. It doesn't. It does not. There's no need for it. I know, like, okay, the world is big. And again, I want to be fair. Square Enix was and is a big company. And let's just use, for example, Final Fantasy VII, the beginning of like the legendary PlayStation run.
That was the first fucking 3D Final Fantasy. That is so insane to think about.
So they had to learn everything and like figure it all out, brand new technology, and they still got it out. Like when did FF6 come out? Like 1995 or something? Maybe it's something like that.
Not that FF6 isn't a masterpiece, but like they were masters of that 2D pixel art grid-based FF at that point. Like they were just like master artisans making their master pasta in Italy or whatever. You know what I mean? Well, then there's like this new thing they had to come along, and then the 789 release schedule is crazy.
There's an asterisk to the whole Persona thing, which is I cannot. We're really gonna get into it. The remakes recently,
because that's gonna be slowing down shit, huh?
They dropped 5. Then, like 2 years later, I think it's like 3 years later, they dropped like the 5 Ultimate Edition, whatever, with like 20-hour DLC.
Royal, right?
Yeah, Royal. But like, think of it this way: it's like a couple of years later, they just dropped like Persona 3 Reload, which is just Persona 3, like full-on new graphics remastered. And then they dropped Metaphor Refantasy for like a year or two, and then they dropped, now they're gonna drop 4 remake like next year, 9 months from now.
You're right. This is my problem. Look, I am sympathetic. I really am. Even though I'm the guy that's always railing against remakes. There are some that are decent, right? Like Heart Gold remake, or Heart Gold is the remake, is a worthwhile thing to exist for the following reason. It did not massively disrupt everything else that like the company was doing. Sure, it was like the Pokemon Company's big game of the day, but the point is it wasn't like decades between releases. This is my problem.
I feel like they had multiple
with, like,
pipelines or something going on.
Yeah, they got right. But this is the problem. It's that the remakes have become the mainline releases,
they're full-on fucking game
overriding
budget.
the novel shit. This is not how it was meant to be. I have no problem if you want to. I do have some problems, to be totally clear. But in theory, doing a just graphically polished version of something like the Persona 3 reboot or remake, like. That's not like an insane idea. Like, I get it. Technology is better. You can increase fidelity. There's always going to be technical problems. It's not a perfect idea. You end up with shit like the Demon Souls remake, which is like weird and uncanny and eerie and does not look like it's supposed to. But people liked it because it's still very similar to the original. But again, just displacing the actual novel work that we're trying to do here, I feel we have put the cart firmly before the horse, and we need to stop it immediately. That's why we need to make it a literal crime and put me in charge.
It comes down to the weird question that they're like, just to fully be clear here, I love Persona 3 Reload. I've played the originals of all these games, and I'm looking forward to like the 4 remake and stuff like that. But I sit here sometimes and I yearn, and I'm like, would I have rathered these two games happen, or would I have rathered Persona 6 or maybe Persona 7?
That's the correct thing to think. That is the correct thing in all these situations. You need to think, what is the opportunity cost? What did they not work on? God, we're not going to spend a lot of time, but the FF7 remake, that's like 3 big games. We could have had literally 3 new Final Fantasies instead of telling the same story again, but fucked and worse and stupid.
Insanely
and this is where we're at now.
Stretched out. Okay, it is just funny too, like, the way these companies like announce things. Like, do you remember the gaps between things? Like, do you remember? I was just thinking about this the other day. This is so funny. In 2018, they had that big, beautiful vista of mountains, and then on the screen it revealed Elder Scrolls 6.
Yes,
that was in 2018. They haven't even started making that game. Like, it's like, how is that even legal? Like, I'm a pro free speech. I don't think people could go to jail for making trailers. But are you not like lying to investors at some point? It's like it's completely insane.
You need to get behind the internet genius policy of putting our council in charge of what video games you are and are not allowed to make.
You shouldn't be allowed to do that.
Decision.
I agree.
I know. Doesn't it feel like false advertising or some bullshit? Right? It's wrong.
It's literally some shit and it's not like they did it because they were like, oh, we love our fans and we want our fans to know that we're making Elder Scrolls 6. They did it because they knew that would like make their stock price go up or some bullshit. You know what I mean?
They're trying to boost the stock by getting people excited for a game that they've done nothing on. Dude, we're going to talk about like the Summer Game Fest, whatever it's called, that just happened, and like we're not going to talk about it in massive depth like all the games or whatever, but like so much of it is just endless cinematic trailers. Okay, this is a literal law that should be passed. They're doing a stop killing games.
Right.
I'm going to say stop what's the word? Okay, stop like taking advantage of consumers. Stop tricking consumers. The STC, all right? Stop tricking consumers where it's you literally legally are not allowed to reveal or show a trailer for a video game if there is not gameplay footage in the trailer. It's literally legally mandatory. Am I insane? Is that not like a good idea?
I mean, it depends. Like, for example, PlayStation. Lots of PlayStation Showcase was actual gameplay of the thing. Now, did it look interesting? Sure. Up to you. But a lot of it was just gameplay.
But not all of them. That's the thing. Not all of them were, and the ones that didn't are fucking evil. Like I'm sure I wrote one down at least. Not Fable. Fable was real. How about that one game, Stranger Than Heaven, with Tupac? Guys, we've got Tupac confirmed in the game.
Okay. Being a Yakuza fan is like a humiliation ritual at this point because they've been making nothing. They like build up so much goodwill with the fan base and they completely torch it over a series of different controversies, which I don't even want to get into. But like that's a series that is a series that used to be like or that sort of is, but has also been like pretty regularly releasing games, and they it's one of those things where they can reuse assets or whatever in like a smart way, where like they have a big city map from one game, they use another game, that type of stuff. That's also another series that's been heavily plagued by like it feels like half or more of their development time has been spent on like remakes of games or whatever. You know what I mean? It feels like every modern studio is stuck in the remake pipeline schedule, where it's like, I really feel like Resident Evil 4 remake was a bigger deal and hyped up and advertised more than actual Resident Evil 9. You know what I mean? Which is kind of crazy.
I totally agree because they know what's the bigger name.
Right?
The
exactly.
New game is a gamble. The old game is like, I already love the old game. I literally am already sold on it. So like, I get
Evil's 9 whole like, hey, I'm the biggest Resident Evil fucking guy here. Resident Evil 9's whole fucking campaign and advertisement was, look, it's Leon. Leon is back as the main
It's Resident Evil 4 remake too.
As made famous by Resident Evil 4 remake. I remember him from that game and nothing previously. Hooray! Dude, it's just... What are we gonna do?
Beautiful.
We have to acknowledge that human nature is weakened and flawed, and the flesh is weak, folks.
They found a loophole. They found the loophole that people just want to buy the games they've already bought before. You know what I mean? But it's like that we need new games is the problem.
And at a certain point, we have to mandate they do something not that they want to do, but that we tell them that they must do. This is the only way forward, folks. We're the geniuses. We know better. We'll tell you what's right.
I don't know if this really blame them though. Can you really blame
Not really.
them?
Yeah. No, they're merely sheep. They're merely sheep. They're not even geniuses. Who could blame them?
The decisions are being made by shareholders who don't even care or know about video games. They just know X makes money, do X. You know what I mean?
And let me tell you, they're fucking right, because I've spent the last weeks doing a little bit of a, honestly, just like tangential experiment. I've downloaded a bunch of games this week. I've downloaded Stella Blade, the James Bond game, like a bunch. Like I think I also got like
overdose on modern
games. Like the Wukong.
Yeah, Wukong. Yeah,
I got like a bunch of new games. Let me tell you, each one of them did not make it past like the hour mark. Each one of them was like, nope. Do you want to know what stuck around after all of that? You know, I'm looking for joy. I'm looking for hope. I'm looking for good game design. So I downloaded Paper Mario: The 1,000-Year Door. And let me tell you, 6 hours later, buddy, they don't make them like they used to. They
tell me about it.
Even that game had a remake recently.
It sure did. It sure did. Oh God, yeah.
That is funny. Like it is cursed. We are cursed, right? Like everyone knows this. Everyone understands this, and people say this. But like everyone's like, the games that need remakes are like flawed games that need a second chance to go on the oven. The games that didn't sell well, games that were like 7 out of 10s. Those are never the games that get remakes. It's always games that like didn't need them.
Because everyone wish casts what they wish remakes were, instead of acknowledging the reality that what they are a double dipping on a profitable IP that they wish you refresh or make more. And look, there are some good-hearted remakes, okay? They're not literally all this way. It's just that there's people wish this to be true with all kinds of stuff, such that they ignore the evidence of their own senses before them, that it is a cynical ploy so much of the time to simply, make more money and make the same thing again, but worse. And the thing is, the people love it. This is the biggest black pill, red pill, whatever it is of all, that I know that the people love it. They literally do. They will play the same game forever. But it's just like eating too much fucking McDonald's, or the same thing. You're like, hey, a little bit of sugar is like kind of good for you, right? That's where your body craves it. Okay, but we weren't meant to consume industrial levels of refined cane sugar every day down our gullets. It's like we've taken a little bit of a good thing and just blown it wide fucking open.
Put it in my mouth all the way. Nate, it comes down to this. It's we talk about originality. We talk about Persona 7 or Persona 8 or whatever. But Paper Mario, for example, every Paper Mario after the 1,000-Year Door has been bad. Every time they tried to do another one, they just sucked at it. So
that's a different problem, but yes.
When they sit upon their, podiums and they speak to me and they're like, here is Paper Mario, the 1,000-Year Door. Now, 4K, 60 FPS, easy to play. You don't need a fucking weird emulator. Why would I say no to that?
It's appealing. It's appealing. I totally get it. And if it's a remaster, I mean, okay, we can have a conversation about remasters. That's not the same thing as a remake. Yeah. There is distinction here. But ultimately, we just the people must.
The Paper Mario game's a full price game. It's not like.
Oh, now that's just Nintendo shit too. That they just
it's not like $20.
Charge you the same price.
Yep.
And this thing, you'll get a good experience. You already know it. It's true. It's just so much human potential is being flushed down the toilet on nonsense. These games are available right now for free if you know where to look. But for, Nintendo games are a bad example because they just never lower their prices ever. But like on Steam, that's a better example. The market actually does lower the price. They don't have to, but it just typically does happen.
I don't want to drive. Put even more fuel to the fire about the remake talk because it's obviously so hated and repeated, and it boils down to all thing good, new thing bad on some level. But I thought about it. I have a list compiled in front of me, going down.
Me too.
What are the people most excited for? And it's I say excited. I don't mean it's gonna be good. I mean the thing that got the most hypes, the most clickies. Yeah. It's like, oh, they're remaking fucking Ocarina of Time.
Yeah.
Oh, they're doing a Persona 4 remake. oh, the new Halo game is a remake of Halo 1.
Halo 1.
Yeah, and
with no multiplayer, by the way. That remake does not have multiplayer, which is insane. I know.
That's completely insane.
Okay, this is, again, there's so many separate problems. 343 Industries is just a complete dumpster fire on its own that needs to be studied in like a laboratory. Like a business, books can be written about how not to manage a business. But like, even things like Ocarina of Time remake, where it's just like, I mean, it's funny because
we've already
like,
had a remake. I mean, we can point that out, of course. They literally already did
Even
one.
if you like remakes, even if you're some guy out there who's like completely, I love remakes or whatever, isn't there something in your brain that's like, isn't it weird that pop culture is just like on loop and we're just going to keep remaking the same shit over and over until we're all dead?
You have to acknowledge that at some point if you have any level of autonomy as a human being.
Like, where are the new things? And they do, like, it's not like there's no new things in the world, obviously, but
I
it's
was
like
hoping
so
for
much.
A new Zelda, you know? I mean, like,
the movie industry too. It's like so much, everything is like it's so hard to get. I mean, okay, there's good examples now with Backrooms and Obsession and all that crap, but like usually it's really hard for movies that aren't just part of a previously established, like a sequel or a remake of just some previously existing franchise.
We right now, you and I here, Kane Parsons, you know, all these, the young guy that made Obsession, another YouTuber, we are the part of the generation that has been shackled by the consumer slop. We have been inundated it, we have been mined for our attention and our money for it, but also we are beginning to resist the chain pull. We are beginning to break free of our shackles, and you're hearing more and more. Now, it may not be enough, but so many more of us are all, like, I saw an interview of a Kane Parsons, I think, or it might have been the Obsession guy, actually. I think it was the director, the young director of Obsession, was like, yeah, the people are tired of slop. They just, like, want novelty. They want things that connect with them. Like, okay, the Marvel decade is the quintessential time when it was like, yes, just like same character, same stuff. And you know what? There was something novel to it. There was something semi-original about it that hadn't really been done in theaters before, all these connected stories. Now, there've been TV shows, but not like this, not on this level. And you know what? I can respect what they did. But it came at a cost, and that cost is right now. As, like, everyone's been making fun of, you know, Disney and Marvel for, like, nobody likes the new stuff they've made since Endgame. It's gotten worse and worse. I know a handful of people in real life that, like, consume everything, but those people are basically dinosaurs, and it is just rapidly losing appeal en masse. Fucking, you know, Mandalorian. It came out, it bombed. People are not into it.
It's funny that they want new stuff. They like were smart enough to like basically like end the MCU with Endgame and like give it a cool, satisfying finale, and then they're like, and now we're just gonna keep going. We're get ready for Phase 7, everyone. Get ready for Phase 28 with a whole new set of heroes. And they were like, superhero fatigue is not real. People kept saying every year, this is a year of superhero fatigue. This is a year of superhero. People get tired of superhero shit. It kept not happening, so they were just like, well, it'll never happen. People are gonna keep eating our Marvel slop forever. But I mean, people. But see,
this is what I always say. It's a slow, sort of unconscious. The people don't even necessarily know what's happening until all of a sudden they're just like, yeah, I'm not interested in this. What else is on? Something like that eventually manifests. And that's what they're feeling. The slow, quiet, just turning away and turning towards, you know, novel shit.
If anything, it's impressive how fast they managed to ruin all the goodwill of decades worth of Star Wars fans in like 3 movies. It's actually insane that they pulled that off so like surgically. They pissed off half of everyone with Last Jedi, and then everyone else with the ninth one or whatever.
You know, they made a subversive, funny movie. We know with the Last Jedi, and they pissed off the people that like the thing. And then they made the next one, which was just slop. And then they pissed off the other people that were like into the Last Jedi.
Nobody, literally nobody. I mean, exactly. They either need to go full into just let Ryan just do whatever he wants for Episode 9, have some crazy bullshit or whatever, or I don't even know if that was the original plan, or just do what they should have done in the first place, plan all 3 movies.
No, okay, you're right, but the real thing is that I mean, as far as I know, this is officially documented. I might just be regurgitating stuff I heard from Red Letter Media, but like, they had no plan. And how in God's name? How do you buy
3 movies, by the way? It's not like you're asking them to plan out 10 seasons of a show, you know what I mean? It's 3 fucking movies, bro.
Not that hard. Yeah. Now, I guess you could be like, well, the original Star Wars, like, was... okay, different scenario completely.
He didn't know he was going to get to make a trilogy when he made that first movie, you know what I mean? The Episode 4 thing was added later in retro or whatever, so it's like...
It was obviously intended to be a trilogy, like the new... I'm sure if you went back, they'd be like, yeah, we're doing a trilogy.
It wasn't, like, possible that they wouldn't get to make a trilogy. It's Star Wars. They knew.
It's mandatory.
He made stuff, like, you know, the people, you know, that, if famously speaking, is also documented, the people that made the movie didn't fully believe in it. It was like, oh, this is just going to be another sci-fi slop. Who gives a shit? Then it became the biggest thing ever. Then they made the 2 movies and all of that. It is just insane to make 3 new movies after buying your billion-dollar franchise and just be like,
yeah,
we're just not gonna have like, it's not even like, oh, script them all or do any of that. No, dude. Just like an outline. Just like an outline.
Much has been said about this, but it's basically the equivalent of like the first game they had like LeBron. It was like a layup and then he like dunked it. They're like, okay, it's like the second half or whatever. All right, we'll give it to I don't know, like some kid, like one of the kids of like the manager of the team. All right, here's the ball, and they're like, dude, wouldn't it be sick if this kid lands a 3-pointer right now? Like, okay, I know it'd be crazy, but wouldn't it be totally sick? Go on, Billy, make the 3-pointer, and then he completely whiffs it, and they're like, oh, but wouldn't it have been sick though if he had made it? Meanwhile, we just lost to the fucking, I don't know, who's a basketball guy? The Celtics. Yay, go Celtics, hooray. Nightmare, yeah.
But what, like, perplexes me, it's just, hey, these movies are not cheap. They cost hundreds of millions of dollars. Just, like, not even talk about, like, the human cost of all these, just, you know, regardless of how you feel about the quality of the movies, it's like CGI, artists, costume designs, fucking cameraman, all this effort, all
Dude,
this,
you know what?
All of this, it's just like, well, we don't actually have a plan, so this might just be set on fire, I guess.
Dude, you know what? That's actually a rather brilliant point that I think about sometimes. Okay, you know what? I know some people that work sort of in like adjacent to film stuff, like a little bit here and there. And I hear from them and from people describing the stuff. They're like, hey, well, like, oh, a new Disney movie came out and it sucked and it's cringe and it's woke and everybody hates it, whatever it is. But the good news is that, like, the staff got to eat, and, like, everybody loved it, and it was great on that basis. And it's like, okay, you know what? I guess they're right. But, like, there's another concern here. The concern of, I guess, posterity or legacy, or even just, like, okay, so those people got to eat. But was their lifetime, was there the limited lifetime they have on this earth, but was it spent to make something that they can truly be proud of? Or is it just something they point to, like, look, I was on, like, season 3 of Mandalorian. Isn't that, yeah, that's how I paid the bills. And everyone's like, well, that wasn't very good. Why didn't you do something better with your time? And, like, look, there's nothing wrong with working, like, a normal service job or whatever. But, like, if you're in the arts, you want to believe that it's, like, building towards something, dare I say, transcendent. And I think that the real issue at the root of all of this is a societal-wide, feeling of, like, I don't know, sadness or loss of purpose, and this kind of underlies a lot of this stuff, including in, like, Japan and stuff. There's, just all kinds of bad vibes about the world right now, and I do think that absolutely has seeped into not just the work itself, but, like, well, not just the people making it, but the work itself, so that there's this appeal. Guys like me love to play, like, the old stuff that was good and optimistic and hopeful, and I think it's because we're kind of... we're not enjoying the vibe that's happening today of, like, how much everything is said to be, I don't know, everything's failing, humanity is toxic, blah, blah, blah. Meanwhile, you play, like, a game from the 90s like Chrono Trigger, and you're like, fuck Lavos. Humanity is killing Lavos. He has no right to exist on our planet. This is our world, motherfucker. If you want to live here peacefully, that's one conversation, but you are unwanted, and we're killing your ass, and we're living and you're dying. Great. Awesome. I mean, sounds like a message I can get behind.
I mean, you can't really quantify that kind of thing.
It's human-pilled. It's optimistic. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, I could be a hack and just be like, oh, art reflects reality, so the people that making it are just, like, conveying their actual emotions there. But quite frankly, I think, Nate, you're fully off the mark on this one. I think just movies are made by committees, and committees don't give a shit. That's it.
Okay, I get that too.
Yeah.
But maybe that says something that it used to be auteur-led, and now it's moved toward a more corporatized system where it is about safe bets and stuff, which is true, which obviously is true. Look at Disney buying Lucas's work.
I just think budget balloons so high that every movie is like, you know what it is? It's Mina the Hollow. I mean, it's, like, slightly different, obviously, but it's Mina the Hollow. It's like, hey, guys, if this one fucking game doesn't sell, our entire studio will explode. And I'm like...
right. What a terrible model that is. It should not be this way.
Yeah, is that a wise investment? And it's like, oh, if this... honestly, we're seeing a lot with video games. Hey, guys, if this one video game that we're gonna make doesn't make money, the studio will shut down. And I'm like, guys... What has happened? There must be,
I agree. I totally think what Noni was saying about, like, the untold, the hidden costs, like this, like we're talking about the movies. It's more prescient with games, and I know everyone's tired of this example, but, like, everyone, I mean, people couldn't stop bringing it up. Remember Concord, the Sony's live service? Yeah. They spent, actually think about this. They spent something like, I don't know the exact, it was like $300 or $400 million. Okay, that game was playable for 14 days. But that money didn't just go nowhere. They had hundreds of devs working on it for like years. Okay, so that's like, I'm not even exaggerating, millions of man hours creating art that existed for 14 days. And not in a cool sand Mandela, like, ooh, it's all about the transience and temporariness of life, bro, type art. Like, this was not supposed to be like that. It was supposed to be an actual thing people could experience, you know what I mean? But like, there are guys who woke up every day for years, and they went to work at the Concord factory, and they worked on Concord. They drew trees for Concord. They drew armor for Concord. They thought about Concord. And all of that was just evaporated into this like anti-art nothingness, you know what I mean?
Concord bros, I can't believe this is happening. One day, if this has to be a mistake, every day I wake up and it's Groundhog Day, it's still a day where I can't play Concord. I can't believe this. When, God, will I be back in the Garden of Eden?
The fact we even have games you can't play. The fact we even have games you can't ever play again because it relied on some bullshit servers you have to be connected to or whatever, you know what I mean? Yeah. You can like have private local instances of like World of Warcraft or shit running on private servers if you but like some of these games are just like we never knew what the infrastructure was, so I don't know if we could ever properly recreate it.
Also, those games were played by like literally less than 1,000 people.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It like as much as like, you know, there is some sentiment about like, oh, but the artistic value or positivity or like human build or not human build or any of that. I'm like, nah, dude, I just think this shit costs so much. And companies are not $1 million companies anymore; they're $1 trillion companies. So it's like they just don't give a shit.
Okay. Yeah, we're right. No, I'm with you. I'm with you on that. But like, you think about this practically, and imagine you're pitching this to like a board of directors of your game development company. You're like, guys. So, sure, we've been watching the market, and there's a game like Silk Song from Team Cherry. That's like the biggest hit of last year or whatever. And so they made one game every 7 years, and it's working for them. So clearly this is the model that works, right? And it's like, wait. Maybe that isn't actually necessarily the best model. Here's a crazy idea. We deliberately limit the scale of the games that we're making. We put hard caps on it, and you can be, oh, no, but what about artistic value? It's like, I don't know, man. Sometimes art comes from adversity. Figure it out within the limitations. You've got, like, let's say 2 years to release the game from the start of working on it. It has been done in the past. Do it again. Figure it out. Hire good people. Blah, 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 etc. There are good people out there. And it's like, what if instead of making one game every 5 years, we made, let's just say we split up the team. So we're making like 3 games every 2 years from like the various divisions within our company. And then guess what? Some of those will probably work better and some will work worse. Then we can like cut the ones that aren't working as well. And I'm sure their fans will be upset or whatever. But like, that's life. We have to, make money and stuff. Now we're getting more content. And I know it's not that simple, but my only point here is that like, I feel like it's just taken on faith, pure, blind, stupid faith, that the model that has to be done today is put it all on black, put it all on 0, spin the roulette wheel, and hope it works out in 7 years from now, as opposed to diversifying, which seems, like a reasonable strategy. When you invest money in something, you diversify your portfolio. Why isn't it the same for, like, artwork, for example?
Because...
Like, art does not equate to money exactly 1 for 1, But okay, no, go on.
Because, Nate, it's not about making a profit, though. It's about making all the money in the universe. They didn't sit around. Sony isn't... run by fucking hope. I hope. Sometimes you think about it like, is this run by actual idiots? I'm saying no. I'm just saying no.
Presumably not.
Presumably not. Smart people with degrees are like talking about this. They looked at Concord and they were like, hey, this is $400 million we're going to put in this. Why? Because Apex exists. Because Fortnite exists. Yeah. Because these games don't make $1 million, they make $1 billion fucking dollar. And it's like,
well, that's the thing. They're captured by an idea. But go on.
Yeah, it's like Sony sat around, and it's like all this public info. If you want to like look at the actual number, it is crazy. Yeah. It's Sony sat around and be like, oh, how much money? Like the new God of War game. It's like it took us 5 years of pure art and voice acting and like Norse mythology and all this crazy shit. Even The Last of Us and all of that. oh, and how much money did like Fortnite make? And they look at the numbers and they're like, that is like, 20x the amount. Holy shit.
Live service games are the new meta, but that doesn't actually explain all the like, just for example, like the FF7 remake model of like release one game every 10 years. Sure, you can split into 3 pieces. Like that's a single player game, that's not a live service model.
FF7 is specific because FF15 fucking, exploded and flopped. And sure Square Enix pulled the emergency button of like, FF7 is our most...
remake.
Yeah. Yep. People think of like, the Final Fantasy franchise. Hey man, I'm sorry gamers. Final Fantasy, true. Final Fantasy VII is its own beast, like straight up. Final Fantasy VII.
Final Fantasy VII basically is its own intellectual property, literally. There's the spin-offs, all this and that. But just in terms of like cultural cachet and whatnot, like people think of Final Fantasy VII as it really. And it is interesting.
They should rename Square Enix Final Fantasy VII Studios. that should be its new name going forward from here.
That's so funny.
If you look at Square Enix finances, you're gonna be like, FF15 kind of exploded in a real bad way for them.
It sold okay, but it didn't do as well as they wanted it to.
Yeah, it wasn't like...
Selling okay is not good enough anymore. Games have to quadruple their budget or whatever. Their budgets have to be gargantuan.
Yeah. Also, like, FF15 burned a lot of good faith. Like, that is, like, another, like, invisible thing that they accounted for, which is, like, FF15 had, like, such a weird release, etc., canceled DLC, insane development cycle that was, like, So they pulled the
15
trigger.
was the one that used to be, 13 versus Battle or something, then it got returned. So it had a crazy... People were hyped for that one for a long, long-ass time. And then,
it's the follow-up to Final Fantasy 13, which was already pretty divisive amongst Final Fantasy fans. So, you really needed to, like, win them back hard, and that has not happened.
Yeah, so you have 13, and they did, like... Square Enix does this weird bit, like, with 13, if you remember, Nate, the whole, like... Lightning being like a model weird like insane.
The Louis Vuitton model, it was Kino.
Like insane marketing budget for that, and 13 was divisive, and obviously the sequels for 13 didn't sell that well. Then they made 15, and it's kind of like it sold pretty well, and then like the fans obviously didn't like it, and so they just pulled the trigger on Final Fantasy VII, and regardless of how it shaped
not only Final Fantasy VII, they needed to release the Final Fantasy VII Remake into 3 separate parts. They would have stretched it out even more if they thought they could get away with it. Then we might get Final Fantasy VII 2 after this, for God's sake.
We're gonna get the DLC. We've already heard it. We're gonna get
like
Dirge
of Cerberus.
Yeah, Dirge of Cerberus. They already confirmed it. Yeah, they were like,
wait, there's gonna be Dirge of Cerberus DLC for the remake?
It's a rumor. It's not
That's
confirmed.
Crazy. I mean, I could see it, bro. They already did the Yuffie like sort of thing, right?
Yeah, the Yuffie integrate, whatever the fuck. So it's like with Square Enix, it's like, well, they did it because it was the safe option and they wanted to make money.
I'm just going to make my one little point, as I always do about this. Like, I watched the new... we'll talk about the FF7 Revolution trailer a little bit later, but it's just... although we're already, like an hour into this. Okay, we'll get to talking about the games in a moment here, folks. But it's like, I'm watching, like, Sid gameplay. I'm like, whoa, cool. I'm watching, like, Vincent gameplay or whatever. It's like, whoa, pretty cool. I like that. Then I'm like, that's cool, but, like... this could have just been, like, new game, And I'm split in two a little bit on this issue because I get it. Of course it's a cool idea to want to be able to play as Sid in, like, a 3D environment. That's not an insane thing to, like... But this fucking story, man, what the fuck is going on? Please! Okay, but so, I get why people like it, but at the end of the day, it's the worst thing of all time.
Okay, just going back to what you said earlier about Final Fantasy 7, 8, and 9, the release schedules, and this is true in, like, the Super Nintendo era as well. It used to be just, like, games were coming out, especially when they were in the beginning of the 3D era, when, like, games, they were, like, figuring out how to make 3D games. Games are coming out at such a rapid pace, and we were getting such a diversity of experiences. Like, games could be so different from each other, especially in that PS2 era, man. Like, the amount of shit you could find. Like, the PS2 was just like the library on the thing is insane. And nowadays, look at what the PS5 library. It's like games take so long to make. The budgets are so big. The graphics are too good. So it's like, and all the games have to just like homogenize to a certain point where it just feels like,
dude, it really is. It's the cycles of empires. Really, it's the gaming empire rose to like the Roman Empire rose to insane heights around like the SNES and the PS1 era and like the PS2 era, obviously. And from there, the thing is, things condensed and like solidified power, and it was like the Roman Empire just like getting assaulted on all sides and slowly losing confidence, losing its ability to retain all its vassal states and its tributaries and pieces around, and it just like hollows out, and eventually It's just not able to hold together anymore, and it's gone.
People talk about a gaming crash, though. People talk about it. Like, what could happen, though? GTA 6 flopping would crash gaming, but that won't happen.
It could.
That will not
it's
happen.
not going to happen.
It
won't.
Happen.
It's GTA 6.
I'm
it's
a
going to.
non-believer.
GTA 6
I
would
don't
cost
believe in the
$100.
crash.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean. It's never fucking happening. People saying it's going to happen. The only thing that could cause at this point would be a game like GTA 6 flopping, and GTA 6 will not flop. I promise you that.
In all seriousness, the only thing I seriously think that will change this directory is not like gaming flopping. I think like this is morbid, but like the United States economy needs to collapse.
Yeah, the
games
need to be so expensive that nobody's buying games, and then games realize we can't
I think that's the
do live
only
service
thing
shit.
that will change. Yeah, I think it needs that because it's so entrenched. Yeah, it's too big. It's too big to fail. It really is. It's like the biggest entertainment market in the world.
It is weird to think about that. Like we talk about like individual. I remember seeing that because GTA 4 and then probably 5 individually broke these records for like not just the biggest like game release, the biggest like media release, because games cost a lot fucking more than a movie ticket. You know what I mean? So it's but the amount they still sell is like. So that's what I mean, where it's like the GTA 6 is gonna be like a seismic fucking event, which is funny because it's like
it will.
I'm sure it'll be good, but it's like I can't even really bring myself to like really be hyped for it. It's like it's fucking
like,
GTA 6. Like,
this is gonna be a great movie. This is probably gonna be an awesome fucking movie.
As usual, guys, we have to consult the Mickle chart, the smartest and most useful chart of all time. Guys, we're already very high on the Mickle scale. We're very close to that intellectual complexity upper limit. Like, in all seriousness, how much new shit are they gonna be able to do in GTA 6 that they were not already able to do in GTA 5? I think extremely little. Like, it maybe will look a little bit better. Ooh, cool. I don't give a fuck. I could not care less. And I know that I don't speak for like the masses of like everyone that's going to buy it, but people will buy it. They will, obviously, because it's the new GTA and they'd sell it, as many copies as they possibly can. I played GTA 5 years after it came out, but
how fucking different can this game be from 5? Like 5 is plenty different from 3. There's a lot of differences from 3 to 5.
Here's the real question, Sarah. How fucking different is GTA 6 gonna be from like fucking the James Bond game? Like how much?
That's true, right?
I don't know.
Dude, the James Bond game, you probably didn't get far enough plays. There are forced driving segments in that game, and they are beyond dog shit. Like it's worse than a walk and talk. You can't even crash the cars because they license fancy Aston Martin, like because James Bond drives fancy cars, and they don't want to show those getting dented or whatever. It's beyond pointless. And every time a driving session came up, I fucking rolled my eyes. I was like, this is
dude, that sounds like a game that like my dad might like. My dad liked exactly one.
Right, but again, people like shit like that, dude. Like, normally people are like, yeah, I'm driving a car, and they just goes by in 5 minutes, they don't think about it. There's no gameplay depth at all.
My dad asked us one time to play, like, Gran Turismo or something. He was like, hey, you mind if I, like, play your PlayStation 2 or whatever? And I was like, yeah, go for it. I don't even know if he did very much, but, like, cars. Like, something real, something, like, practical. It's like, oh, yeah, okay. There's, like, cool models of cars. It's, like, 2002. I wouldn't mind.
This is why GTA 6 is going to pop off, dude. People are just going to get to see cars and fucking guns.
Yeah. Well, it's Miami or Vice City or whatever.
My family members who only play, like, Madden and FIFA are actually like, oh, I'm going to buy GTA 6. Obviously, I'm going to buy GTA 6.
It's the game for normies and people. It's okay. Here's the thing. I'm not even like one of these like video game violence is bad type people, but it's like, okay, is it even like now we have like ultra quadruple realistic shooter violent murder spree simulators for everyone. That would be perfect for the modern American psyche.
Dude, you can realistically assault the prostitute that you just solicited to get your money back with real-time QTE effects. Dude, that's awesome.
It's funny. It's like you can do that. You can do that in GTA 3, but then she like drops a big glowing cash pickup, and you do it in 6. It's gonna be like hyper realistic. You can see the sinew in her face split open like that zombie in Resident Evil 2 remake, and be like, and then you get to watch your character have PTSD about it. He's like, I can't believe I killed that fucking hooker. You know what I mean? It's like, how realistic do we need this shit to get?
Games have truly transcended. We have arrived, folks.
It's beautiful. Okay, but actually. I did formulate a sort of like, hopefully closer to this specific line of thought, which was, Nate, why do they keep doing this? You ask the important question. Why? It's because gaming inherently is related to fucking technological progress, and they're chasing the horse. And the thing is, it never...
The pale horse.
Yeah, the fucking ghost horse, can never catch it, can never touch it.
It's a Revelations reference, guys. It's the end times coming for gaming. It's over.
It's so true. It's just technology just gets more convoluted and expensive, and they want to get the newest hardware to get your motion capture, catch every smile and fucking crack in the skin, etc., etc. So it just gaming budget never goes down. It's like movies. At some point, movies became accessible. At some point, the cameras, are still super expensive, but like they hit this, plateau of some form. With gaming, it's like
movie technology has been going up. It feels like modern movies look worse, if anything. They're just kind of fucked up.
100%. Yeah, but that's a whole other thing about the loss of artistic touch. But with video games, it's like, well, why is the budget not going low? Why are these games, taking longer? It's like, well, buddy, we're gonna have to model everybody. We're gonna have to, invite actors. We're gonna have to. Hey, Jim will need to, stay up along with Stacy for like the next 2 years of their lives, making sure that they capture the visual copyrighted, of this actor into this fucking
Kojima
game.
can't even just design a human character anymore. He has to scan a celebrity to put them in his game.
Tupac, we gotta see the dreads in Tupac's head.
It's crazy.
And
the people, no, it's okay. It's
Tupac
okay.
He's bald, sir. Everyone knows that.
It's okay. Tupac's family said it was chill, so it's okay. It's like, really though? Is that
Tupac's
really okay?
Family,
I know.
Okay,
I don't give a shit if they say it's okay.
Tupac is public property now. He belongs to the streets, okay? And
that's true. Yeah, public domain. If you've been dead for long enough, anyone could just put you in a game, and don't have to pay any illegally licensing rights.
I mean, that is true. Look at nobody's complaining about Napoleon being in Civilization or whatever. I mean,
I should send them letters. Like, I'm a member of the Napoleon's estate. I'm like his last surviving grandson. Give me the fucking money.
And Napoleon in the same sentence is fucking insane. But I guess it's true. It's some level. It is.
Where we're at.
All right. Well, hey, why don't we do a hard turn here and talk a little bit about these upcoming games? Because, basically, again, the question is it over? Is there anything left to look forward to in this wasted civilization in which we find ourselves? I don't know. I've got like a list of... So there's plenty of games that were announced. There was what? There was Nintendo's thing. There was Sony's thing. There was like the game...
Yeah, I can't even keep track of these events anymore. Jeff's summer stupid whatever event. To me, it's all just
Jeff
E3.
Keighley.
You know what I mean?
They're all the same.
It's E3.
I miss E3. Yeah, there used to be like 1 or 2 a year. Now they're kind of scattered all over the place. And like, I get it. And I will just make the point one more time that I only looked in depth at 2 of these, but the end of the Games Fest and the Summer Games Fest and the end of the Nintendo both had as their big final reveal were both remakes. It was the FF7 remake and the Ocarina remake. And I thought, oh, I can't escape it. These are the big
Nintendo's
reveals.
Current big thing that they're going apeshit right now is the Star Fox 64 remake. And don't even get me started on that one, bro. Okay. I don't know if we have time enough to really get into this.
Not the first one.
No,
not the
third
one.
The newest Star Fox 64 remake. I already was like, whatever, I don't care about this, whatever. I was numb to it. But then I saw this clip, and I don't know if we have time to watch this whole thing, but it's just a little compilation of the voice acting. It'll show some clips of the original lines and then the new lines. And it's like, I genuinely...
We'll edit this in.
Who are you guys?
We're Star Fox.
Who are you guys?
We're Star Fox.
I don't know if there's a worse example of like anime dub voice acting, it's like the downgrade is beyond. It can't even fathom like the degree in which they've missed the point on every line delivery. It's crazy.
It's one of these things. Okay, look, I could absolutely believe that legitimately if, I don't know, Shigeru Miyamoto, like the director of the original Star Fox, I don't know, him or whoever it was, I bet that like it didn't 100% capture their original vision for like what they were kind of imagining. And so they're like, oh, a chance to make a remake? Cool, we can like redo it or whatever. Although I'll give Miyamoto credit, like he knows that like the cartoony style works for people and that like hyperrealism is not always what you want to pursue all the time. But regardless, like this is why remakes are so dangerous and a terrible force that need to be destroyed for all time. It's like they can just redo something and they're actually not doing anything wrong. It's just the endless idea. Well, they're sort of doing something wrong. It's just the endless thing that, like, once you produce a piece of work and put it out into the world, it's not yours anymore. Not really. It belongs to the people. They have attached to it. You're just the creator who will always have this weird, like, parent-child relationship where you see all the flaws, and you hate your child intensely, as every parent does to their child. But yeah, I just mean that, like, you will see the things in your game or your piece of art that are, like, not perfect. I get this with, like, every video I've ever made. I see all the little cracks. I know things that I would like to do. But people like it as it is, and they don't want it to be tinkered with and fucked with and tweaked and modified or whatever, even if it's closer to your vision, because this is a childish thing. I'll just say it again. It is childish to eternally want the infinite potential of youth to continue to endlessly go over ideas over and over. Adulthood, maturity is making those ideas that are cool to imagine into something real and tangible. And to endlessly spend your time thinking about what if, what could be. that is just perpetual childhood, and you've got to grow the fuck up, people. Yeah, that's my point. But go on, Cyber.
I was gonna say, here's the thing, and I don't. Some people overly romanticize this to a degree, which kind of bothers me.
Yeah.
You can't say all art stems from adversity or whatever. Like,
No.
that is a real aspect. We were mentioning with Star Wars earlier or whatever. Like, that's a real aspect that is like completely removed from like remakes or whatever. You know what I mean? Because it's like like Nintendo is remaking Ocarina of Time. Think they're gonna have the same problems and things they're worrying about trying to create that game for the first time, the first 3D Zelda or whatever. No, they're just gonna be like hollowly trying to recreate things where it's like they don't even understand why these decisions were made, those decisions, you know what I mean? And sometimes there's happy accidents or whatever. Like, I don't think they had the greatest casting director in the universe. They just grabbed some like local theater actors for Star Fox 64, and they accidentally got some of the greatest fucking voice performances of all time. Now they have the whole rigmarole, the whole system of these like voice probably actors they've already worked with a million times, just anime dub actors or whatever, and it works fine. It's completely smooth. They come in, they do their job. Probably great actors, probably completely fine actors who have been given dog shit voice direction from someone who didn't understand / give a shit at all about the original work.
But it's not how it was meant to. It doesn't have that soul, baby. It doesn't have
literally
the barrel roll
doesn't have
soul.
It doesn't. It literally is missing it.
And honestly, that point about adversity, which, you know, adversity, if you could call it, or just like the environment in which it
the
was
material
birthed,
conditions of the creation of the original thing affected in degrees, in ways which can't always just be understood by looking at the final product. You know what I mean?
Correct. Much of art is ephemeral and impossible to quantify, or at least very, very difficult beyond most people, especially like, you know, corporate motivated, shareholder monetizing, you know, pursuing directors that are like, I've been put in charge of the remake of this game that some other guy made 1 million years ago. Guess I'll do my best. And then, of course, who could possibly expect him to understand every aspect of it? He can't. And no matter how polite those Japanese developers and directors are, like, oh, yes, we honor them. We do everything that we can. That none of that means you actually do understand or can capture the original vision, which, by the way, so often the original creator couldn't even recapture the lightning, even if he wanted to. It simply is what it was at the time. Because so much of the creation process, as I'm sure you know, I know, Noni knows, everyone out there that does stuff, it just is what happens when you're working on the thing. You don't plan every little tidbit about the thing that you're creating. It just emerges naturally as part of the process.
That's why people thought, we'll give George Lucas complete control over the prequels, and it'll come out just like the original. He didn't have complete control in the original. There's a million factors in that first one. His wife, who just died, God bless her soul, or whatever, Marsha Lucas, who was like literally one of the untold hero of that first movie, and then he didn't even direct the best one. He didn't even direct Empire Strikes Back. So it's like, dude, I don't know. It's like, so auteurs are like real, but it's like also it's like art is still always a huge collaborative project. I mean, not always,
of course.
But, you know,
it's just an dice picture.
It's a dice roll.
Right. In many ways.
Biggest example I can think of, you know, is like I don't know, fucking Hussey. Even in the same story, he just couldn't do it. He just couldn't look as hard as he did.
Although
people change, it's crazy. I mean, art takes time to make, and people change over the course of making art. I mean, that one is crazy. I don't think any piece of art has ever been more about its own like fan reaction than Homestuck.
That's a great point, and you know, many of us were not too thrilled with the direction that the more than half of Homestuck that is post the scratch in Act 6 or Act 5, 6. I can't even remember anymore. I think it's Act 6. It's like more than half of the story, and it is like weird and different and not what we signed up for. Certainly not like Acts 1 or 2. Extremely different from those things that were, you know, a lot of what got people in. And that's the other thing. A lot of people put faith in the creator. They might even, like, hey, Oda, right? He's been writing One Piece for 30 years. Right. I get why people like that. Right. He's mangaka. They do it for a long time. He's like one of the longest, not quite the longest, but he's getting very close now. And you know,
One Piece has been going on for an insanely fucking long time.
30 plus years now. 30 plus years. So like, I get it. It's the same guy, but like, he actually is not the same 19-year-old guy. He is now married, children, life has passed.
How old was he when he actually started One Piece?
Underdog.
That's crazy.
He was 19. He was
actually 19? What?
Yes, he was.
What?
Just like Kane Parsons.
Insane,
when he made
what the
Pixel
fuck?
backgrounds.
Somehow I never knew that. That's crazy. I mean, I guess it makes sense considering he's still alive.
That's only when he became self-published. He began working as an assistant earlier than that on Rurouni Kenshin. I think he submitted stuff to Ultimate Muscle or Kinnikuman. He's all over the place. He's a legend. But the point is, he's not the same man, and like many things are the same, and One Piece is good, and there's a lot going on. Everybody likes it still. But like, yeah, no, things change, and you can't just put your faith in something because the same guy is working on it.
I've been seeing this
remake and
recently because people will be doing like theorizing videos for Deltarune, and they'll be like, oh, Toby wouldn't do this because of the X, Y, and Z. It's like Toby's not the same guy who made Undertale.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
You don't know that. That's a
but
wild thing to say.
People always feel like this example they use in their theories. They'll be like, oh yeah, they'll talk about it like Toby's their personal friend. Like, oh, I know Toby, and he wouldn't do this, or he would do this. You know what I mean? Or whatever. And it's fine to it's fine to make theories and have that. It's just like, what do you think would happen? Whatever. But it's just funny to be people like they think they know how the creator will work when it's like the creator themselves have changed over time. You know what I mean? I completely.
People don't want to like really just contextualize this at all, which is like a big part to me personally of like why Undertale worked was the fact that it was fucking short. It was like 6 hours. Obviously, you could play it for 100 hours if you want to do like every little fucking change the dialogue. Sure, but like the actual
short but dense.
Yeah, the actual experience you want to do is like 4-6 hours or whatever. And it personally speaking, it hit a lot of like Toby Fox's fucking weird quirks in writing or the way he it delivers info or mysteries or however the fuck. Now in Deltarune, where he has all the time in the fucking universe, where each chapter, we see it. We see that like a lot of chapters, just like cliffhangers, no info, again and again and again for like the last 5.
And we're getting pretty close to that ending of the story. Only 3 chapters left. Allegedly he can do whatever he wants, I guess, but presumably it'll end at chapter 7. And
there's a lot of signs
coming
pointing
out
to
tomorrow,
5.
guys.
Yeah, by the way, when we're recording this, chapter 5 comes out tomorrow. That's why we're thinking about it so hard. But it's crazy. 5 seems like there's a lot of things set up. 5 might be the last like quote unquote normal chapter in a lot of ways. That's a crazy prediction. Hey, we're predicting stuff. People who are listening to this have already get a chance to play it, but so we don't make too many predictions so we don't look stupid. But it is interesting, okay, because it's like with Undertale, it was the thing, okay. So there's mysterious stuff in Undertale. There's the Gaster stuff, blah blah blah. But it's all there. You know what I mean? You can strip it upside down, data, disassemble it, this and that. But it's all there. Whereas with Deltarune, like this is the only way to have a modern mystery in a game because everything can be data mined. So the only way to like have a mystery with not an answer is the answer's not in the game because the game's not done yet. And it's been that way for the last fucking 8 years.
To me, what that says is that ideally, I understand there's drawbacks to this. Maybe something like Deltarune couldn't have been made. I mean, I feel like it could because Toby Fox presumably has infinite money from Undertale, but who the fuck knows? Maybe that's naive. It's like, if I could have my perfect way, I would just release everything as one package. Like, you have to have it
definitely advantages to that
before it
sure.
can be released. There's advantages to that. I will say that, and once again, it's this thing where like, look, there are some people, and Toby Fox may well be one of these people, that can be trusted to work on a project for a long time in different chapters where, like it or not, he absolutely can and almost guaranteed will change at least something of what his plans were as he is working on the project, because that's only natural.
It's impossible not to, right?
It's literally been 10 years since he's been working on
Jesus Christ.
He's also been thinking about this. He's talked about this. He's been thinking about Deltarune since before Undertale.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's so long. It just... people love to think that creators are like these fucking, author machines just think about art in this nebulous space and they just like fucking spawn out of ether. Here's the thing. Toby Fox probably sat around in a script with, the fucking fellow writers or whatever and was like, well, if we reveal this aspect of the story in chapter 4, literally, physically speaking, the people will have to wait like 5 years for the payoff. So let's just not do it in chapter 4. Let's wait till chapter 6 to have it like more of a climax. And that's just like a physical reality that he probably had to think about.
No doubt about that.
Bro, he made that flower shop. He put those 7 flowers in the Asgore's flower shop, and I've been wondering about those flowers for 8 fucking years. And tomorrow, I get to find out what the deal is. Okay,
tomorrow
so sometimes
is the Asgore day, dude. Everyone's been theorizing for years. I remember being like, dude, the flower shop's gonna be one. Dude, all the Asgore lore is gonna come out. Hopefully, we find out like exactly what's going on. Why is he there? What? I don't
some
think
shit's gonna go down. I don't know. Not everything. Crazy. Some things are going to get revealed. That's all I can say. Some things. One thing, at least, hopefully.
I'm a certified Deltarune hater. It's coming out tomorrow, and we're going to have you back, Cybershell, I assume, at some point. And we can talk about it. I don't think we're going to get the fucking Asgore full lore next chapter. I'm so sorry.
Full lore? No. But something. I mean, okay, not, like, are we going to get some... I assume we're going to get a good amount of Asgore lore, considering he's already been foreshadowed to be the boss of this chapter. But are we going to get, like, What's in the bunker? Probably not. I hope we finally get to see Papyrus. I had like, it's so funny because when that first chapter came out, I said, you're gonna get to hang out with my brother tomorrow. Papyrus is my favorite guy in Undertale. So I was like, yes, I can't wait to hang out with him chapter 2. And then he wasn't there in chapter 2. So I was like, I'll be patient, wait another 3 fucking years. Then he wasn't there in chapter 3 and 4. So now I literally have lost all hope in my heart. But that's what you need. You have to give up hope. You have to give up hope because now it could happen.
Yeah, Azrael,
maybe. Okay, that's right because it's the festival. We don't know. The whole game they've been teasing. He's ecology, but he's coming back. He's coming back.
He's
sometime,
coming back.
So.
He's coming back. He's coming back since chapter 1. He's fucking coming back, guys. Okay.
Yeah, are we gonna get the full on? I don't think the knight's gonna take a fucking helmet off and be like, "Hey guys, it's me, Des," or whatever. But like, we might get some details or points in that direction.
I mean, we got to fight the knight last chapter, so
exactly.
things are progressing.
That's what I mean too. People, if you had predicted that we're gonna have to fight the knight in chapter 3, people would be like, "That's insane. Doesn't make any sense. It's way too early." Yeah. So that's why I'm thinking some crazy shit could happen. Chapter 5 could end with like the fucking roaring or some crazy shit, and then 6 and 7.
The Titans are so Kino. Dude, that's awesome.
That was such sick animation. That was such sick animation.
Do you think? I'm just going on a tangent. Do you think we'll get chapter 6 and 7 simultaneously?
Yes.
People have speculated that for so long, and I feel like I said, with the thing about 5, because there's a lot of evidence 5 being the last quote-unquote normal chapter. Sean already said there's only 5 shadow crystals and this and that, so it's like I could totally see 6 and 7. I could totally see the game ends with chapter 6, period, and then like you can't even boot chapter 7 unless you do like the weird route or some bullshit like that. People would be pissed, but he could do it. I mean, you only do that if you could release them at the same time.
I've been saying they've got to do some weird kind of meta shit with this because, like, okay, if I just boot it up, whatever, and I play chapter 6 and I'm done, it's like, whatever, you have to do something crazy. I would be totally up for playing through the whole game again because guess what? It's been like 10 fucking years since I played through chapter 1 again. So, although I have played through chapter 1 a couple of times, so and chapter 2 and 3, whatever.
Also, it's gonna get an update in the full release. You already like said that.
Oh, I mean, of course, it has to. It has to.
Dude, that's my favorite streams when you like
arm retrieval. He's gonna insert John's arm. It's gonna be everywhere in Deltarune. It's gonna be great.
Oh, he's following his father. He's following his father. You know, like dog, like father. No, I fully think 6 and 7 will be released simultaneously, just because of.
He has to do the meme. He has to do 6, 7 when he does it.
He has to. First of all, he obviously has to do 6, 7. But like, guys, I'm just looking. I'm looking at this crazy fucking new concept, guys, of storytelling. You know, of like, you know, rising action and climax, and I'm like, wow, it would be so fucking weird to like have like the climax just stop in 6 and just resume again 2 years later in 7. I don't think
here's another good. That's a very good point. And think about it. Okay, this was honestly, one of the biggest hypest moments of chapters 3 and 4 for me was the reveal at the end of the credits that chapter 5 was coming out next year, not in like 5 years. You know what I mean? So I'm curious. Is he going to want to keep this momentum up? Is he going to try and get chapter 6 and 7 out before?
I think he will. I mean, I think he is going to want to hustle. You know what? I don't know. Who the
I know it's so hard to predict some of this shit, especially because 6 and 7 are so. He barely at all has publicly talked about like the existence of those chapters. They're on the title or the chapter select screen, so it's not like it's super secret. But it's like he just barely has ever talked about them at all.
In all seriousness, it would not shock me if he does a Homestuck and like. Chapter 6 is a big meaty thing, and Chapter 7 is like the final boss,
the
and like
thing.
that's it. And you know, do whatever.
Oh yeah, that is Homestuck. Chapter 7 was like one flash animation, right?
Pretty good.
It'll be funny.
I feel like there's a lot of evidence for 6, 7 theory of 6 and 7 releasing at the same time.
Noni, please, you gotta have 6, 7 guy on screen right now while we're discussing this. That's
absolutely.
Put him on the projector.
Truly fucking photoshopped and so beautiful. No, but okay. Okay, going back, games we're looking forward to. I guess Deltarune, whenever it finishes. I mean, hey, the next chapter's coming out tomorrow, so, you know, might be
we say this is relevant because it's like, okay, we're talking about games that we theoretically are looking forward to. There is one, and it's Deltarune. All of us here like it. Looks pretty cool. Looking forward to it. Hope Chapter 5 is
the
good.
new Castlevania game.
Okay, right. There are other games, yes. So Castlevania Belmont's Curse by the Dead Cells people.
Yep.
Looks pretty good. I got a couple of misgivings. It's like, I've never really loved the Dead Cells art style. It's a little kind of flippy. I love my pixel art. You know, I miss it deeply. But this does look like someone is trying to give us relatively classic Castlevania. And if they do it, I'm going to play this game as long as, like, if anyone says it's good, I'll probably play it.
When I saw the trailer for the new Castlevania game, I'm just like, man, thank the fucking gods that the monkey's paw didn't curl, and it's like a weird, like, oh, it's 2D, but there's like 3D stuff in the background that makes it look cheap. I was so fucking thankful. I would have rather pixel art, but this is like at least not. I'm so
2.5D can look insanely shitty if it's not done well. Sometimes, I'm not saying it's always bad, but sometimes it can look insanely shitty and cheap. I know exactly what you mean.
And we're playing as a strong, independent woman, just like in Order of Ecclesia. So look, in my mind, I think back, Order of Ecclesia was the last like real Castlevania that we ever got. And so it's like, is it going to be a new one? Are we going to be just like, oh God, what's her name? Is it Miriam? Was it Miriam in Order of Ecclesia? Whatever her name is. Let's bring it back, folks. Let's girl boss our way to supreme victory once again. Make it a real Castlevania. I would be excited for that. So there is some reason for hope. And again, this is like they're making a game style, Metroidvania, Castlevania-y style of game. I hope they don't fuck it up. I hope they do a good job. And not a bad job.
Fuck, it's been a long time since there was a real Castlevania game.
Yeah, like 15, 20 years.
A long time.
It's $30 and it's coming out in like 3 months, not in 7 years. Again.
Well, this is another thing. Okay, this sort of ties back into, because when, we knew it was coming, but like when there was that Nintendo thing and they said Deltarune Chapter 5 trailer, it's out in 2 weeks. I love when there's a trailer and then it's out in 2 weeks. Not like Elder Scrolls 6, no release date, 8 years later, zero information.
That's another thing where the internet geniuses are putting a law down, a decree right now. You may not announce your game without a release date, or at least a release window. You must say when it is coming.
Even harder.
They always miss those release dates anyways.
By the way, her name is Shinoa. Shinoa from Order of Ecclesia. Big ups, big respect, love her. And her design in the fighting game, where she was like a battle nun, was totally sick. In what's that called? That Wii fighting game of Castlevania characters? What was that called? Shit, I don't remember. Anyway, people will know. She looked totally sick. That's my point.
The people will know. The people will know. It's
other game. I've got a list of other games that we can talk about.
Upcoming games, new games.
I mean, goddamn, I don't know if... Look, I'm not going to buy this game, okay? I'm not doing it, but I feel like I have good memories, and, like, this didn't exist for a million years, but now it actually seems to be developing. Fable Bros? Are we feeling it, Fable Bros? It does seem to be real,
or whatever.
Right?
How involved is Peter Molyneux in this new Fable game?
Is he involved
still?
Is he involved
I have
at
no
all?
idea. I just don't know. I haven't really looked into it. Hey, either way, I have a lot of fond memories of Fable and Fable 2, even though those games kind of sucked, but in a cool and interesting way. You know what I mean?
I agree. Mm-hmm.
They were not, like, objectively perfect, and they're fun games to watch. It's, like, the kind of fun game... Even if I don't play the new Fable, maybe I'll fucking watch a Germa play it or some bullshit like that. You know what I mean? But, I don't know, I wanted... It would be cool if it was good. I remember there's, like, a trailer for this, and I was just super skeptical, because I was just like, Fable...
This actually had a 30-minute gameplay section, and obviously it's choreographed, but, like, okay, it's a real video game. They're really doing
at least I will take a choreographed gameplay demo of, like, this is what the gameplay is going to be like, or we hope it's going to be like, versus just some cinematic nothing. It's funny, because it's like, imagine showing a trailer for a movie, and then literally nothing in the trailer was in the movie. Like, is that not false advertising? Like, the thing is, I know trailers literally do that, and there's, like, teaser trailers that are completely
so nice. You guys are so nice. They're like, at least fucking, the cinematics. They're so mean to this evil cinematic bros. Us, the Persona chads, the vibes of Persona 6, which is just a fucking logo. I cannot believe
a logo.
Dude, I want movie trailer people. I want video game trailer. Again, this will be legally enforced.
I guess it is just a logo, I was gonna say, but it's not just a logo. It's also the color, right? You know it's going to be the green one.
It's green, guys.
Green, bros.
As if people can just guess that, right? How many other primary colors are left,
There's
right?
not a lot left. Isn't green? Green is a secondary color, as I recall.
Okay, I guess you're right. I was just saying RGB, but no, you're right. In terms of actual blending.
No white Persona, folks. No white Persona.
Well, one day they're gonna run out. They can do a white. They can do a black. They can do a purple. I guess.
We need hot pink, gay Persona.
Pink, yeah, for sure. Pink will happen for sure at some point.
Dude, okay, no. Just imagine how Kino it'll be when they do every color on the rainbow, and then they have like the team up game where it's the big rainbow cast of like all the MCs come back. And
Persona Endgame. Persona.
That's yes.
Persona Player 1.
But Persona Endgame when I'm fucking 70 years old and you two are dead.
We'll be dead for sure.
Oh yeah, we'll be long dead. We'll be looking up from hell like, Persona Endgame.
Okay. Speaking of hell, how about this? Cuphead 2 Bros It's happening. Cuphead.
It's real. I didn't believe it.
It announced it. Now, so they didn't show anything from it at all. They're like, it's early stages.
Oh, yeah.
Which means they're all going to jail. So that's sad.
It's
but,
okay.
you know.
Yeah, true. But they gave us a pity prize, remember?
They did.
They showed us the
Mighty
8-bit
Cuphead
version.
Adventure.
It's funny. Okay,
Cuphead
my first
Adventure.
reaction to this was, oh, great, more retro. That's so retro slop. I don't give a shit. But
yeah.
then I was like, okay, then I remembered a few things. One, this is being made by Cuphead guys. They know how to make a fucking video game.
Yes, they
do.
do.
They are really committed to this bit. Apparently, this game that they're making is going to be actually playable on a Sega Master System. Like, it is legit
cool.
specs.
I didn't know that.
It is not like one of those fake retro games. I mean, it is a fake retro game, but like it's going to be within the specifications and parameters of a Sega Master System game.
See,
so I'm a little
that's
interested.
the kind of shit that the Shovel Knight guys are too cowardly. They used colors that were not on the Game Boy in Mina the Hollower, and I have no stomach for it.
Just because they wanted the game to look good.
Embarrassing.
Fucking
Embarrassing.
embarrassing. How could that?
Are you?
I am excited for
Chad?
Cuphead too. I did enjoy Cuphead. It's one of those games where it's funny because I remember before they announced it, everyone was like, "Oh, it's just a boss rush. Where are the run and gun levels? We need run and gun levels. Where's the levels, bro?" And I was one of those people. I was like, "Yeah, levels would be cool." And then in the final game, the levels are like the worst part by a huge margin. Not the only good part, but the bosses are where it's at. The bosses are awesome.
It actually sort of becomes like the Kingdom Hearts 2 like endgame state where you're like, okay, you're blasting through these levels. You could not give less of a fuck. You just want to get to the Garden of Assemblage where you can like do the actual good thing, the data boss fights, which are the only thing worth doing in the game because the rest of it's a little bit undercooked, frankly. For a multi-replay anyway.
In Cuphead, were great. They're amazingly animated, obviously, as if that even is worth saying. But like fun. I mean, some of them. I mean, sure, if you showed me every single boss, I'd pick one. Like that one was fucking annoying to fight, but like overall, it was fun. The good DLC. It took them a long time to make, but it was good. I actually didn't think they were gonna do more Cuphead because it took them so long to make one extra island. Of DLC.
I know.
I have the fucking DLC. Have not beaten it yet. Just
I don't know if I ever played it.
I have. This happens to me with some games. Okay, where and I feel like I literally actually feel bad because I was talking to someone, which is like I loved Elden Ring to death, but I got so fucking burnt out on it when I played. I played it so much when it was new that when the DLC came out, I was like, yeah, awesome, dude, more Elden Ring. I can't wait to play that.
Yeah,
I played for like 5 minutes. I was like, I can't do this right now. And
dude,
I'll get back to it
totally
someday.
get it. That makes total sense. Let me just say that it's the best part of the game, and Mikola is by far the best character.
I was
and I love
going
Mikola.
crazy theorizing about fucking Mikola and all this shit before
I know, right?
I was out, and now I'm like, now I can do it. And then I just haven't done it. I think I'm going to finally get around to this too. I think I'm unburnt out on Elden Ring because I was talking to someone. I also didn't even play Night Rain. I was talking to a friend who went crazy on Night Rain.
I was burnt out for Night Rain. I'm not going back. I can't do it. Yeah.
I was like, that's what I was like. There's Fortnite-ification of Elden Ring, but apparently people who played it said it was fun, and I mean, I believe that. It's fucking Elden Ring, right? So
it does look pretty good. Nothing they make is bad, which does remind me of the another game in the list here, Duskbloods, right? Duskbloods, Chads. The Nintendo Switch, Bloodborne Light vampire game.
Oh right,
I mean that's one of the games. They just don't.
If we're never getting Bloodborne on PC, then I guess we have to settle.
Yeah,
for
we got to do what we can to make up for that. I mean. This is, I have a sort of a list here of games that are like, okay, now it's looking like relatively soon I should probably think about getting a Switch 2 because there are games worth getting on here.
And the killer app, they didn't sell you with fucking new Mario Kart?
They did not. The only game I even thought about getting so far was the Donkey Kong game,
Donkey Kong
people
was fun.
they say it's good.
It was fun. Okay, it was fun. I remember playing it and having a moment where it's just like, oh, this is just Mario Odyssey 2. And I didn't mean that in a bad way. I meant it in a completely neutral way. I just realized that, oh, this is Mario Odyssey 2. This is where all the Mario Odyssey people went, and this is what they were working on after that game. And it's great. It's a great game. I had a great time playing it. I'm not like the biggest Donkey Kong guy in the world.
I have to grab the wheel. I have to give the biggest mentions. It gets the Internet Genius seal of approval. The new God of War game because they did drop. Here's the thing: all gameplay, the trailer, mostly gameplay, and then they drop like fucking 30 minutes of just pure gameplay.
Can I just admit something kind of embarrassing or whichever, which is I saw they did the trailer fake out where it looked like they were doing God of War 1 trailer again. So as soon as I saw that, I just closed the window because I was like, I don't want to see more God of War 1 remake shit or whatever the fuck this is. I didn't know I was being misogynistic and skipping the Mom of War trailer or whatever.
The Mom of War, they made Mom of War, and I'm like,
dude,
we're tired of dad games. Okay, we need more mom games now.
Games with the cube shit. I watched
the best thing a mom can do is leave her family behind and go pursue greatness elsewhere and, fight
in hell, fighting gods, I guess.
In hell, yeah.
Here's the thing about the God of War game was like, man, this is not gonna be good. And then she started jumping, and I'm like, oh my god, we're so back. We are so back. She can jump.
Is there actual jumping? Dude, that was dude, I remember when they introduced jumping into the FromSoft formula and fucking with Sekiro, right? It was like, oh my god, do you mean they can have verticality into this shit too? This is insane.
There's absolutely
hard to go
no
back.
chance I'm playing that God of War game.
I'm
0%.
buying a PS5 for the God of War.
My god.
I am a God of War guy. Nate. Nate,
I used to be when they were good. Now they're
I played some of the
PS2
PS2 ones, but I've not played the remake.
I've played every single
the new ones, the Norse ones. People the people who love those games seem to say they're good, and I can believe you. I just know
they're
there's
lying to themselves.
My main complaint is that there's
us.
walk and talks. I haven't played it, so I don't know.
You played the new one.
I did, and you know what? It was mid. It was okay. Really, the issue I have is the difference between the actual enjoyment I got and how much everyone sucks its dick. That's a large gap there.
That can be annoying.
That's scenario.
I never enjoy that. Okay, here's one thing. Again, this is a minor complaint because I haven't played the game, so don't take. If you love this game, don't hate me too much for shitting on it. But the one thing I was like, they thought they were so clever for having this like one uncontinuously broken camera shot, which is like. Bro, it's a fucking video game. You're not impressing me like it's a oneer.
You have full control over the game at all times as developer. There's nothing impressive about that. You are not Scorsese. You will never be Scorsese. Stop LARPing.
You will never be a real video game, a real movie. You will never be a real movie, God.
Right. Okay, that's it. Okay, that must be why it bothers me, because it feels like the game is doing that thing where it desperately wants to be a movie. And I love Metal Gear Solid games, so I understand. I'm not saying it's always bad when games are cinematic.
Those are still real games. Those are real
I have to say this. I've obviously like did all the super hard bosses, completed both games, all the fucking God of War games on like highest difficulty, did all the stupid fucking challenges because those are my games. I did not know. I did not, for better or worse, not notice the camera thing until they pointed out. It was like, oh, did you see that we're like doing this thing with continuous camera? And
if you didn't even notice it, then why was it worth doing?
I really didn't. Let me tell you, I fully 100%.
Dude, they busted their balls to make sure that the whole game could be in one camera take, and you didn't even notice it.
Guys, did you know that in Mario World 1-1, it's an ongoing continuous shot of Mario for the entire level? How did they do it? How did they pull off this technological marvel?
He goes down the pipe. Fucking bust his face.
Just go down the pipe. Just don't go down the pipe, guys. It's okay.
Fake fan, wrap it up, Nate.
That was a fake fan. Okay, no, but seriously, guys, one thing on the Mom of War game, which is what's the creator of God of War's name? That he's got like a YouTube channel.
David Jaffe or whatever.
He's
out there raging about this.
Did you hear what David Jaffe said about that game? He was like, who would play this fucking piece of shit game? He was shitting on it so hard on his YouTube channel because like he was fired a million years ago or whatever it was. He was like, looks like ass, looks terrible, and I'm like, Base, you tell him, Jaffe, just tell him all. This cringe game. I also hate women, Jaffe. I'm right there with you, buddy. I would never tolerate one.
I wanna. There is a cynical part of me that wants to like hate the God of War game, the new ones, because I'm like the biggest fucking fan of.
No, you don't have to hate them. You don't have to hate them. They're just too movie game for me.
You just mean because the tone is totally different. It's not like, you know.
Well, there's that for sure. Yeah, it's millennial therapy speak the whole time, which is like one of my biggest pet peeves. Just start killing people. Please kill people.
I just want to be able to, at the beginning of the game, I just want to put my axe in the back of that boy's head, kill that boy. I don't want to see the boy. I don't have no interest in raising a boy.
You are robbed of autonomy. See, it's autonomy robbing.
It's not the character arc.
Well, okay, to be fair, in the original games, you couldn't kill the prostitutes. You could merely fuck them. So, to be fair, you never had full autonomy.
Shaking the sex minigame. I mean, there's some crazy shit in those.
I like the one with there's like a waterfall statue of it peeing, and like the waterfall little piss out of its little baby dick gets stronger the harder you fuck until climax. That was Kino.
I went when I played the God of War PS4 game. I had like, man, they're gonna fuck it up. You know, it's like they're gonna fuck it up, the gameplay isn't gonna be good, or they're gonna fuck up the story, or they're gonna do this because I've played every fucking game a billion times, 100 fucking bajillion hours. They didn't. They didn't. You know, they look a certain way, they feel a certain way.
Did they not fuck up? Perhaps did they fuck up the tone? The millennial garb. What about Odin, Odin's just like, you know, he talks like because he's played by like a New York Jewish guy who's like, hey, we gotta make deals out here. And hey, Thor, why is Thor my son when he's like the biggest man and clearly like this is what happens when you cast real people as characters that are meant to be different. Odin is not like some I mean, he's kind of a sneaky. Okay, I'm not even getting into this. Sure, if you think this is like the real Odin, that's fine. It's just like I know this actor. I've like watched shows that he's in, and it's like, he's Odin now. Well, you don't probably consume as much American TV as I have, so you know.
I haven't consumed much media, and also like Odin is based on mythology, so it's like, you know, there's no like.
Well, we know he ain't a New York Jew. We know that he's like some, you know. Whatever the fuck, he's some guy.
Here's my take. Here's the direction that series needs to go. None of this Mom of War shit. Okay, okay. We did Greek mythology. We did Norse mythology. Now he needs to kill Jesus Christ and Moses. Christian, the Abrahamic religions. We need to kill his way through the Abrahamic religions, and then the final game in the trilogy will be Kratos versus Xenu.
Yeah, right.
That's good. That's good ideas. I appreciate that. By the way, you're kind of just describing the manga Record of Ragnarok, which is basically where this happens already.
It's shittiest fucking adaptation in reality.
Okay, that's true. I was gonna say the concept is Kino. The execution of the anime, not so much.
Horrific. The Mom of War games, like I think there was like some Aztec gods and some Egyptian gods. I don't think they'll touch. Hey, I don't fucking blame them. I don't think they'll touch the Abrahamic religions with like a 20-foot
you know
Cowards.
What? I think we should throw Islam into the mix, guys. I think that'll be a really exciting thing for everybody.
Let me tell you, it will end, you know, fucking bombastically. For sure.
Yeah, no doubt. It'll be an explosive finale. No doubt. No doubt.
No, but I am a big God of War fan, and maybe
yeah.
the Mom of War game would suck. Honestly, the trailer started, and I'm like,
I don't know.
If it has good gameplay, then it can be as whatever as it wants to be, honestly.
Yeah.
The trailer started, and I heard whispers in my ear of Mark being like, I remembered Mark like a flashback, being like, Noni, what would it take for them to make you hate God of War? And then I saw Mom of War, and I'm like,
put one woman in the game. It's over.
And I'm like, it's so Joe. But then she started jumping, and I'm like, we're so back.
Exactly. She's not encumbered by her manly testicles or whatever, so she could jump.
That's true.
It's so true.
I mean, gameplay-wise, hey, you know, looked like some cool stuff going on. That being said, there's lots of games where there's like cool, flashy-looking combat, and like just ask Mark, he'll tell you. Like, the devil's in the details. The devil is completely in the details.
If the gameplay is fun, not the combat looks cool. So many game studios are concerned with making combat look cool, not have any actual depth to it.
I'll tell you that judgment in 2 years when the game comes out. I'll come back here and eat my words.
Okay, after you're done playing Duskborn, wait, that's not it. Dustborn, and you're done with your game of Concord for the day, and you've wrapped up your mixtape. You wrapped up your mixtape session. Absolutely. Then log on to Mom of War and let us know how that game goes. Our resident expert.
Hey, at least that game's not going anywhere. At least in 100 years from now, the aliens will be able to play mixtape.
God bless them for that.
And they will. Say, you know what? They'll love it.
This civilization was worthwhile after all. They made something of value for us. Okay, all right. Hey, we're kind of rapidly approaching the end of our time here, so let's just rapid fire a couple of these other games.
Yeah, what are the games on your guys' lists that we haven't gone over?
What about this one? This is the one I wanted to ask you about. Are you at all interested? Are you aware of Sonic Cross Worlds Racing? Is this on your radar?
Have you seen some of these crossovers they've had? The latest video they had for Godzilla and Evangelion.
Evangelion! You can have Asuka and Rey as racers in the game! You
can have Asuka racing Sonic, racing SpongeBob, racing Minecraft Steve. It's all the stars are here.
I gotta say, this is the funniest possible thing they could be doing. Sonic is such a fucking meme. Putting him with, like, I want to be Shinji. I want to be Shinji in that game so bad. Racing against Sonic with Godzilla in the background. Oh my god, it's the funniest. I gotta say, this actually, I felt my dopamine spike in my brain when, like, EVA Unit 1 appeared on screen with Sonic racing, even though it's pure slop. This is not art. This is pure commodification. We all know that. And yet,
it's throwing it in a kart racer. Kart racers are somehow so inoffensive that it can get away
I agree.
With
You're
shit.
right. I got no problem
I know
with
what
that.
you mean. Where it's like, okay, these these crossovers are not like the characters aren't even like voiced or whatever. It's like literally like who gives a shit. Like you're not getting any deep Ava lore, unfortunately, from playing the Sonic racing track.
This is the real rebuild of Ava. This was Anno's vision all along. This is the true one that he wanted to happen. He thought, dude, when the world was remade, Sonic was there, the fastest being alive, and there he is in the world.
Asuka plays a Sega Saturn in the original show, so it was all leading to this.
Dude, she Genesis does what Nintendo don't, and there it is. That's Asuka
it actually is crazy when you take a step back and realize / remember how monetized Evangelion is, how many crossovers, how many products have been made from this like insane piece of art. This insane piece of art. Like it's insanely so good, but like it's not what you think of when you think of like the most. Well, it's funny because it is mainstream, but it's like the actual content of the show
in Japan and in like anime circles.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, it's a story about.
You're right. Joe Normie America does not know about Evangelion. I guess
the normie in Japan, everyone knows Evangelion. It is like fucking Mickey Mouse of Japan. It is super weird. It's about like the trauma of a 14-year-old boy like going total schizo mode and jacking off to his friend and coming on his hand. This is why is this the thing?
Okay, the fact it is even trying to say anything about the human condition already puts it in a league of its own compared to 99.999% of other like cartoons. You know what I mean?
Very true. Very true. Speaking of the human condition, Among Us Chads, it's happening. Kino alert, folks! Kino alert! Among Us show.
I watched the show. Are you gonna laugh at me for saying that? I did.
What did you think? What'd you think?
You know what? I was just curious. I was like, how do you make an Among Us show? What the fuck do you even like, what the fuck? And, I mean, it was just like a little mystery show. It was cute. It wasn't like, I mean.
Was it sus? It was,
you know what? I don't think they even said sus one time, which was a huge missed opportunity. I know, right? It pissed me off, frankly. It was one of those things where on one hand it was like, oh, let's just cram as many celebrity voice actors or whatever in here as we can get. But I mean, it was like, you know, it was like 10-minute episodes, so it was like less than the length of an animated movie. So it was like, whatever. It's okay. I was just mostly watching it as like, because apparently this was like done in 2024. In 2024, it was already missed the boat. Like it was already 2 years.
They should have released it then.
It's relevant. I know. So it's like the fact that they made this and they sat on it for like why? Just so they could shadow drop it on the Game Awards stream night. Like,
was there not a Game Awards like the last 2 years? I mean, they might not.
That's what I mean. Like, I don't understand what was worth. Like, I guess because they announced there's going to be again. This is also so peculiar that I might have to see it. There's going to be a single player narrative like VN of Among Us or something. You know what I mean? Which like a murder mystery
or something.
Which again, it's just very funny because it's like it's procedurally generated murder mysteries every round. But then it's like, oh, well, let's just have one murder mystery you can play one time. I mean, I love Phoenix Wright, so it's like, fuck, maybe somehow it'll be good.
Could be good. I mean, it's not impossible.
I'm not crossing my. Okay, just the mimetic quality. Among Us
game is Mario and Rabbids, and nobody expects it to be good very much.
That's true. It's funny. That's funny because it's like Nintendo. I mean, I wouldn't say there's never been a bad Mario game or whatever, but like Nintendo, especially today, they're not gonna just like license out Mario for some pure slop. They're gonna make sure there's some quality control or whatever.
They're putting above par at Nintendo. They have quality control out the ass, no doubt.
That was a crazy crossover. That's also so funny. That was like that's like Rayman clinging to relevance. Like I'm in the Mario Rabbids crossover as like DLC.
It's fucking good.
You know, I tried that game. It wasn't for me. It was okay. It was.
I liked XCOM.
It was pretty well made.
I never even played XCOM 2. I should get into those games because those are fun when you really are like into it, man. I mean, I did a Long War mod or whatever for XCOM. I mean, those games are pretty awesome. And I never played Rabbids, but it's like, hey, maybe I will. I don't especially like Rabbids specifically, but I guess. But like, hey, I like Rayman. I'm curious about this game. People said it was good.
All right, we'll
Donkey
check
Kong
out
DLC.
Guys, it's a 5-alarm goon slop alert, folks. Goon slop, Stellar Blade, Blood Rain is here, folks. And guys, great news. I've been reliably informed that I am in fact a pedophile for not turning off this trailer immediately in disgust and moral outrage at the youthful look of this protagonist.
Just come out. I feel like I was just hearing discourse about this
played Stellar Blade this week, and again, 30 minutes, fell asleep.
Well, I just want everyone to know, guys, I appreciate the feedback. I am filling out my membership for NAMBLA right now in reaction to this news. So, welcome. If they'll have me, if NAMBLA will accept a lowly internet genius, I'd be proud to be among their ranks. Okay, no, this game, I watched the little cutscene. This game, I don't know, man. Maybe I'm crazy. I usually am not that into games of this, like, style or this. It's, like, very graphically focused. It looked good. It actually looked pretty cool. Not gonna lie.
Stellar Blade good. I never played. I only heard people discoursing about it. I don't remember hearing anyone talk about the game itself.
Okay, Mark played it. Mark's our expert. He did a whole video. He wasn't here today, but he did a review being like, look, the thing about the discourse is that it's a distraction basically from like what the core game is. This game is basically okay, serviceable action, but as a video game, it's nothing amazing. It's just that, like, the girl is hot. If you really like that, sure, this is the game for you. If you like the discourse, fair enough. It's her ass, the show. Yeah.
Let me tell you, what's playing the game? Her ass, front and center. Her tits jiggle with every movement.
When she does the slide down like a ladder, she does like a stripper pole slide. Okay, it's, you know, she's a sexy lady. Okay, if you like that, this is the game for you. But like, I need more. I need more.
Has her own Wikipedia page. Yeah. Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, right.
Just
right.
A huge section on discourse.
Also, the game, just gonna say, looked great. Ran great on my machine. Yeah. It was 60 FPS. The fucking, you know, it was smooth. It was clean. It was polished as fuck. I had no technical issues or something. It's just like, I'm playing it and I'm like,
that's impressive.
God bless the devs who actually optimize their games.
No, absolutely.
Especially in this day and age.
They're passionate, those guys.
It's so funny. Go watch a how to build a computer video from 5 years ago, and people will be like, "Oh yeah, this is the least important part of the build, the RAM. This is like cheapest dog shit. You might as well get 32 gigabytes because who gives a shit? They're like $20 a stick." And now it's like, oh my god. Now you have to make sure your games are optimized to be able to run on like a toaster. Otherwise, you're gonna price your people, because who in the world wants to be buying a new computer right now?
Maybe this will be a blessing in disguise, and it'll make game devs actually get their shit together about limiting memory.
We can
this is it. AI destroying gaming. The quality, like the graphics, is like we're reaching the crescendo. Now it's gonna start going down. The downhill slope. Where graphics getting worse and worse, which I want to happen.
It's actually gonna be cheaper now that instead of installing a game, all that your computer does is direct you to ChatGPT, which generates in real time a game for you specifically when you buy the new game. Yeah, it's just a big prompt.
It's so funny watching
no, proprietary prompts. Now they sell proprietary prompts that you can put into ChatGPT or Sora or whatever, and then it makes. But you can. Whoa, these are not for the amateurs. These are official copyrighted prompts that the plebes are not able to get without exclusive access from our servers.
True.
So, in fact, we have AIs that make the perfect prompts that feed into the other AI and make the actual game for you. Now, this is an economy I can get behind.
And now we have AIs who play the whole game start to finish. No human ever has to be involved with the playing of the game at any point.
You joke, but in all seriousness, why not have an AI Let's Play channel that does exactly that? That saves
just making it generating fake games. It's so funny because you can ask these programs or whatever to like generate you like gameplay footage or whatever in quotation marks. But it's funny because like it doesn't have any sense of like permanence or like object permanence. So like it'll turn the camera and then it'll turn left and then turn right, pan back right, and everything is different. It literally feels like you're looking at footage of like playing a video game from a dream. You know what I mean?
What's called? I think it's called like Nightmare Minecraft or something. AI Minecraft, whatever it is.
That was back when this AI show was almost new or whatever. Yeah, it was like, it's funny because I love to imagine this is how the machines see the world, like nightmare vision.
I am probably not going to play this. It looks fancy. I actually do like the graphics. I mean, hey, I like graphics. Cool, it's cool. I just like everything else way more. It's far more important to me. So like, I'm going to wait for Mark to make his review of this, and then if he says it's the best game ever, then I'll consider getting it. That's how it works.
Budget Devil May Cry, budget Nier. That's it.
Yeah.
That all the weird controversies aside, it's just budget action game. There is nothing more to it.
Your copy will come with a membership to NAMBLA. So good news, folks. It saves you the trouble of signing up personally. So don't forget to include your social security card. Next on my list is it's the last one from the games thing. It's just FF7 Revelation. I think we've said enough about it. I will make one final point about this of small substance here and be like, okay, wow, this was like the final reveal. I know this is when the game was announced. We didn't know the third name. Wow, what's the second one? It's
Revelation.
So it's Remake, Rebirth,
Revelation.
Rebirth, and Revelation. So is it? Well, it's like Revelation. Dude, it's like biblical, and it's also like. I can feel, if I was no more, I feel my senses tingling like I'm Luke Skywalker in the what's it called? Return of the Jedi, and he's Darth Vader. I can feel a psychic connection between us through the ether. And like Revelation, like the revelation of the plot device that he's been waiting to reveal this whole time for the third act. It's coming, folks. Brace for impact. It's gonna be a big deal. Anyway, that's all I want to say.
I am curious to see how they're going to end the new trilogy. Also, I don't know, this is something everyone just sort of got over because it's not really that big a deal, but like it's genuinely so weird to me that the first installment is actually called Final Fantasy VII Remake. Like, remake, the word is in the title. It's not just called Final Fantasy VII again.
Dude, they don't know what they're saying. They don't even know the words they're using. In all seriousness, that's a big part of this. I really think so. But yeah, that's like honestly. The subtitle. Like Persona, remake. What's the new Persona 3 called? Whatever, Royal or something. Reload.
It should be called like
that.
Remako or some bullshit like that.
But it's crazy. It's crazy. It's deeply immoral. Okay.
Remake Intergrade.
Beyond that, Intergrade. What a fucking nightmare that. Their names are so shit, man. They're so shit.
Right? Intergrade.
You know what's actually
say what you want. At least Kingdom Hearts 4 is gonna be called Kingdom Hearts 4, right? It's not gonna be called Kingdom Hearts Retribution 4. Like that series has. If you want to get crazy titles, look for the subtitles, like 385 days or whatever.
I hit a list of Nintendo games, and Kingdom Hearts 4 was like one of the last ones in Nintendo. But let's just talk about that right now. Why not? Okay, so people have asked me, what do I think about Kingdom Hearts 4? I'm something of a Kingdom Hearts guy, right? Okay.
Is it going to be good?
So here's the deal. Okay, it's really the next game. It's real. Overall, like, it basically looks in design and structure and mechanics, Unreal Engine-y, exactly like Kingdom Hearts 3, and in the following ways. Let's see. So you've got... the gameplay is again like movie slop, like the base Kingdom Hearts 3 was. It looks like Kingdom Hearts 3, the big floating movements. You can see like some shoot lock type stuff is happening. There's also appears to be the like attraction style moves that were in Kingdom Hearts 3. And guys, again, I don't know how many people played 3 and got to this far, but like in the DLC or whatever, they give you an ability that lets you turn off attractions because everyone hates them, because they're fucking terrible and they interrupt gameplay. Yeah.
This is a real thing that's happening, which is devs are putting annoying bad shit in their games and then just letting you turn it off in the options. And it's like, don't put it in the game. Just don't put it in the game.
You know, I'll give them this. At least like their idea is they're like, but it looks really cool and people like things that look really cool. Okay, once again, we have to give credit to Square Enix in their heyday. Visionary movie game developments with giving you in Final Fantasy VIII the ability to mash a button to boost the power level of your guys during the like 5-minute long summoning sequences. At least give me something to do. I maybe the attractions too. I can't even remember. Anyway, fuck the attractions. They're terrible. There was some shit that looked like that happening in this trailer, so that's a nightmare. So basically what I'm trying to say is bad news, folks. It really does look like they're not starting from the... you can't know this for sure, obviously, but it feels like we're starting from the baseline in the same place that the base Kingdom Hearts 3 did, which is bad news because it took the DLC to really improve like everything about the game. Now... Again, like Cyber was saying, it's possible they'll like right from the start give you the ability to like turn shit like that off and like ignore it. So maybe they really have learned lesson, but you look at the basic combos, it looks very base Kingdom Hearts 3E, big floaty swings. This is like the whole Osaka team stuff. It's just, you know, it doesn't look fantastic. But you might just... all of Kingdom Hearts 3, or every Kingdom Hearts game, you start with shitty bullshit moves, and you then later on develop better moves. So, like, you know, there's reason for hope. So,
I was gonna say the hope, right, is that, like, maybe the base game sucks, but I mean, they can't show it in the trailer, but, like, hopefully there's some sick data battles or some shit at the end. I mean, hopefully the whole game is good. Yeah. That would be the ideal situation. The whole game is good.
That's the thing. I mean, look, Kingdom Hearts 2 is not perfect. It's the gold standard everybody loves, even though it's a deeply flawed game, but it's also the best game ever made. That game was actually good throughout the entire thing in combat and gave you all these great abilities and things, especially, like the remake or whatever it's called, the fucking second version they made.
Normally people don't want to stick around to fight the epic super bosses if they didn't enjoy the base game, you know what I mean?
Right, and the thing about, I mean, it's a little bit of a two-faced issue, two sides of the coin. The DLC of Kingdom Hearts 3 gave you all brand new bosses that were awesome because, like, the basic versions of those bosses, like, some of them existed a little bit, but they were basically bullshit and were, like, totally not real. So it felt like real new content in the DLC, but Kingdom Hearts 2's model, I think, was just much better, which is just, you get to fight those bosses during the main game and like practice with them. You then just get the ultimate upgraded super versions of that at the end. So the middle of the game is good and the end game is good.
The middle of the game is good, and then people don't get like hard stuck or whatever. Joe Normie can finish it. You know, Joe.
Correct.
Like, Kingdom Hearts has a like wide appeal. It appeals to little babies with the Disney characters, but appeals to, you know, people want cool, good games.
Well, that's why
like
God invented difficulty settings.
True,
and, like,
exactly.
There's beginner, normal, expert, and critical. Let me play on critical, folks. That's all you need to do. Let them play on beginner. Problem solved. You will be able to beat this on beginner. That's the whole point of that difficulty. Every Kingdom Hearts fan knows that critical is, like, the real one, and everything else is fake.
It's all practice leading up to your critical thing. Oh, wait, dude, I also, by the way, I forgot, Kingdom Hearts 3 came out before COVID. That is an old game now. It's an old game.
2017, I think, yeah. Ancient. In the before time. And by the way, I'll just comment quickly on the story on that, since, you know, it's kind of a little bit of my thing. It's just, so there's a little bit of talk about, like, you know, this
story
is like, it's like Tokyo. Sorry, what's that?
Yeah. I was saying, because, okay, didn't Kingdom Hearts 3, again, I didn't play it, but I watched your video about it, and I watched a lot of stuff about it. It ended with, like, some teaser of him in some, like, Tui-like, Shibuya-like place, right, or whatever. And I was watching this new trailer and be like, is this just like that old? What am I even looking at right now?
So
like,
the
what
very
new information
short version
revealed?
is
Break
that
it down for us.
For whatever reason, like death in Kingdom Hearts overlaps with like dream worlds or whatever, or unreality, and so fictional worlds are like on the. So in Kingdom Hearts, that's the real world, but there's this thing on the other side of quote-unquote fiction. So like the fictional stories in Kingdom Hearts are across the like dimensional divide into the world of unreality, and in there exists like this place called Quadratum or whatever, which seems to be a stand-in for like the the Square Enix world and Tokyo and like the real world stuff or whatever. But that's where the Twoey characters seem to be from Dream
They should do a movie where Sora comes to real life.
I mean, they did that in Final Fantasy 13. We could do it in in actuality. That sort of was the plan for Kingdom Hearts Missing Link, which was the game that got deleted. That crosses over into real life. No joke.
It's the real Missing Link. Wow.
And it got deleted, so it's the true Missing Link, the connection to real life.
Talk about a perfect name for
Talk
that
about
unreality.
I know. It's eerie. It's eerie how well planned.
He planned the game just to cancel it, just for the intrigue.
Dude, no more of that mad lad. He would do it.
Genius.
But so they're basically in like Tokyo, aka real world, aka Square Enix world of some kind. We're gonna find all the details later. And it's like, okay, Sora or these people from like that place brought light and darkness with them. So it's like kind of explaining why there's going to be new like Kingdom Heartsy shit in like Tokyo or Quadratum or whatever. And it looks like we got like young Xehanort was there, and like Luxord, Strelitzia, some other dudes that have popped up here and there in the narratives.
Light and dark, all going into these fiction worlds with all this light and dark. Can we just admit that Kingdom Hearts is ripping off Deltarune?
It's so, dude. Many have been saying this, especially me, for a long time now. It's crazy. But I mean, young Xehanort appears to be there.
You know, all those years ago.
I was told that Xehanort was dead, and here he is appearing in this world. So I know
you'll never get a new villain. Okay,
we'll never get rid of Xehanort. It's never gonna happen.
He's everyone, including other dimensions.
People are just watching.
The guy playing Kingdom Hearts is Xehanort. You're Xehanort for playing the game.
Dude, did you watch any of my Kingdom Hearts 102 where I posit a theory that every character, including you, the player, are in fact the same person in the game? Tragically, I later discovered. Go watch the second part, or the ending part of my 102 Kingdom Hearts lecture to see this, people. But tragically, Nomura literally lied to all of us in the story. He deliberately misled me with the ending of Unchained Key, or whichever little side story was in the mobile game. And in fact, there is a hard distinction between the worlds of light and dark, and you, the player of the game. So anyway, we go into a full physics lesson on this in Kingdom Hearts 102. Go watch that, folks. The point is, who the fuck knows what's going to happen in this game? The trailer did not have a lot of shit going on, but the gameplay looked relatively uninspired. I mean, it's early game Kingdom Hearts. It's always, fairly lame in terms of gameplay. It's just all cinematic bullshit. I see shoot locks. I see basic attacks. I see the basic stuff like shielding and whatnot. It just looks like more Kingdom Hearts 3 right now. We do need more information. Unfortunately, that's the takeaway, and everything else is bullshit. And we'll see what happens.
Release date, is there?
No release date whatsoever. Like, I Googled it and they're like, survey says maybe the end of 2027, but there's like there's no reason to think that that's true. So no, it is good to note that there is no release date anywhere. So we have no fucking idea, but it is moving along. So please just learn the lessons from Kingdom Hearts 3 and make this like a real decent video game throughout, not just make it good at the very end with things that we actually want. How hard could it be? This is your literal job all day to make the game good. You're not burdened by like story stuff anymore, like Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah, I was about to say, can't this sort of be like a little bit of a fresh start where they can like do?
That's the idea, yeah, that's what they're trying to do. Yeah. I hope it doesn't have to just take advantage of it.
Part quadrillion of the Xehanort saga, which again, I'm not even like saying is always necessarily bad, but like
it's not. People can be like, oh, but the Dark Seeker saga is over, and the main characters. I'm like, come on, buddy. The main characters are from the fucking mobile game. It's never over.
Yeah,
just keep going.
And this they're not capable of. There's too many chains tying them back to the old lore. There's so much old lore.
This chain of memories. This chain of memories is tying us down to this day. We'll never break 3. I think I had like 2 things to mention. I'm just gonna say them right now. Hey, Splatoon Raiders actually looked cool. I love Splatoon generally, and this is like just a single player Splatoon. Dude, that's the only way I play. I want that. That's right up my alley.
Okay, that's actually I like dabble with Splatoon, but I've just never been like, I'm just at the age where like, I don't want to enjoy a multiplayer game because I don't want to sink a million hours into a multiplayer game.
I'm in
but
the
like
exact
maybe
same
a nice
boat.
single player Splatoon experience because I know they have single player some things in those games. At least
the narrative, the single player campaign is like always really good. It's short, but it's really I love the aesthetic of Splatoon. I'm a big Splatoon guy.
Yeah, it's cool.
I just hate
music,
multiplayer games because I'm so shit at video
vibe.
games and I don't want to sink a million. I tried to play that whatever DLC it was where it was like they made it like a roguelite version of Splatoon in one of them. I played it a bunch. I could not put in the hours to beat it all the way, so I just don't have the time, man. For those that can, great, but for me, I couldn't do it. So here I sit, cucked.
So that's good. Okay, but hey, that's good gaming news. At least it's tiny. You can take these tiny little nuggets of good gaming future news.
There are good things, and these are kind of amounting for me personally to like. One day, I should get a Switch 2. Now it's like a real thing in my mind that like, okay, they're making the real games now beyond like literally one with the Donkey Kong game. So one day, it will happen for me. And literally one other game I think that I want to mention was just the Xenoblade Genesis. Looks, I'm not the biggest Xenoblader in the world. I gotta give him this though. I mean, I know the Xenoblade games. I played a couple. Dude, the fucking anime nonsense in Xenoblade 2 or whatever was Jesus Christ, what the fuck. But I know they kind of reined that back a little bit. It's not anymore the most anime shit of all time. It's just like your average anime game.
You say that, Nate, but then the DLC came out and we got the epic reveal that which anime waifu he chose in Xenoblade 2. He chose
all of them, right?
Yeah, he chose all of them.
That's one of the only things I know about this series. Okay, I think I mentioned this.
It's the photograph.
I want to play the series. It seems cool.
Yes,
standing in the middle. I'm gonna put it on screen. It's a photograph of him standing in the middle, and then all three of the waifus of the games holding children behind him.
Whoever predicted that. Was anyone of a mad lad to actually predict that as the canon?
I don't know. Crazy. Look, there is such a thing as a harem ending to an anime, and that's what we got in Xenoblade 2, canonically.
You don't see that too often in like video games for like
no, you don't.
Nintendo
you
or whatever.
One.
So
dude, it's like I'm picturing, I don't know in my head, it's either like Cloud with like Yuffie, Aeris, and Tifa around him, or like Sora with like Naminé, Kairi, and Larzine, whoever the fuck else. But like so rarely does it actually happen in real life, but they actually went for it with Xenoblade 2.
That's pretty funny, honestly.
That's hilarious. Funniest shit I've ever seen.
When it comes to Xenoblade, they even like have the excuse because in Xenoblade Chronicles 2, you get to choose your waifu, as in like you get to choose what to call the sword, like either like the blonde one or the red one, and you get like full like different like dialogue lines and like cutscenes in certain, and the game ends and you're like, oh, it's whatever waifu you chose, essentially.
Right.
That's like the one you kind of stick around. Nah, man, you get the fucking confirmation you chose all of them.
They go even beyond, okay, that's Kino, but like there was also the cat girl that like was the option also. Myra or Naira, whatever, yeah.
The cat girl was there for a chapter, not for a chapter, the cat girl was like, is she also an option? Maybe, question mark, kind of is. But like, that will never happen. Pyra and Mitra are the main ones.
Dude.
It's just so funny. That image is so fucking Kino.
It's unbelievable, Kino. Best in generations. For just a fuck you to everyone that doubted them. We do what we want here. This is anime forever. So I am like was very likely not gonna play this game, and I'm still probably not. But I gotta give him. I watched the trailer. Okay, Xenoblade looks okay. I like JRPGs. Maybe this will be good. I'm not the biggest fan of Xenoblade combat in general. But then at the very end, because like it's Xenoblade, they always like are on top of like a giant mech or like something's weird about the world. The final shot, they pan up, and it's like Inception. It's like, oh, the world is like curving inward above them. This is like the big reveal, and I was like, that's a wonderful end shot. That actually got my brain tickling, and I was like, okay, is this like Dyson Sphere Xenoblade? Are we inside of a spherical world? I want to know.
Yep. That is one of the theories going around about Genesis.
Called it right. So that right there actually makes me want to play the game. I want to know what the mystery is. And like, sure, I could just like read the synopsis at the end, but I was like, it probably would be a fun experience to play this, discover the mystery of this world, and blah, 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 whatever. I don't know anything else about the story. The characters honestly look uninspired to me, but I love a mystery of a world and unraveling it, so Could be cool. Could be good.
I'm fascinated with this series. I've always wanted to like dive in from Xenogears like from the start, and I know everyone's like it's not that kind of series. They're not all related exactly like that. You don't have to play in order like that. But I do. Okay, my brain is saying you have to play in order like that.
I really want to play Xenogears sometime. I've just been a lazy piece of shit.
For being weird or anime or any number of goofy things about them, it's just like. There's something about them that just has, pathos. That just has, like, a mythos to it. It just, like...
Sure.
Even the way that 2 is structured, like, in terms of, like, chapter names and, like, how it ends, it just is Kino. It is Kino.
Okay. I've heard smart people besides you, in addition to you, say that Xenoblade 2 is in fact awesome, and I'm like, but what about look, I'm an anime guy, right? But even I was like, oh my god, I cannot handle this level of anime in a video game. They were like, look, Nate, you just gotta. Dude, wait, it's like that comic of the dude that's like, look, he got me through a tough time. Like, you just gotta you gotta put up with him for a while. Put that on screen, Noni. It's me. It's people describing this to me with my like, cringe actually face, looking at Xenoblade
I'll put it
apologists.
to you this way, Nate. I'll put it to you this way. It's Kino. It takes a while, and by a while, Xenoblade
30,
Chronicles,
40 hours.
Absolutely. Here's it. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is 150 hours ARPG. It is what it is, If you commit, you get the payoffs.
Fair enough. Maybe I do own it on Switch, I believe. It was a gift to me, so I should, in all good conscience, go back and play that gift to completion one day. So maybe I will. Maybe I will one of these days. That's it for me. I mean, Noni or Cyber, you guys have anything else you want to bring up to mention? We'll have a conclusion here.
I think we covered a lot of good stuff. I don't have anything specific.
Yeah, I mentioned the stuff I wanted, mostly from the PlayStation show. Hey, Mom of War. I'm looking forward to Mom of War.
I hope, like with every game, that it's in fact good.
I hope it's a good game. I want there to be more good games in the world, but I'm not going to hold my breath. Like, not specifically because I have anything against Mom of War. Just like modern games in general, I'm just skeptical of.
My crusade against women is ongoing and continues in this arena as well. But, if it's good, I'd consider playing it. Oh, wait. Guys, Tifa confirmed for Street Fighter 6. It's happening. Games are good again. Hooray. We did it, guys. Oh, my God.
Final Fantasy 7 will never die.
I hope. Here's what every other game series.
I really hope after Final Fantasy 7 Remake, I hope they announce Final Fantasy 7 Remake.
Yeah, it's
just do it again, baby.
I've heard rumblings of like maybe they'll remake Final Fantasy 6. That's not going anywhere. They're not going to do that.
That's not going to happen, dude. Okay, yeah, that would be insane to see that in like, dude. Can you imagine trying to conceptualize Final Fantasy 6 in like FF7 remake graphics is like hurting my fucking brain.
You know what it is? That would be too hard for these lazy assholes.
That's what I mean.
So they
won't do it. That's what I mean.
Yeah,
they just can't do it. They literally could not do that if they wanted to.
I hope everybody. People here forget that they did announce the Chrono Trigger remake. People forget that is on the horizon.
I mean,
Chrono
maybe
Trigger
it'll be like a decent like remaster.
As if we're ever gonna see anything from Chrono series ever again.
I know, right?
I'll believe it when I damn see it. Okay?
Just let it fall through the cracks and fade away. We don't need it. It's already literally perfect. It's the best game.
There was like a fan remake of Chrono something. Like this was like 20 years ago or something. People someone was working on it, and then Square was like, no, shut it down. So we only got one beautiful trailer.
Radical
we got one beautiful
Dreamers
trailer
2 or something. Yeah.
I can't remember what it's called, but I just remember being like, damn. Now you want us to be like, you're gonna give us a Chrono remake? That's not happening, bro. We're never getting anything Chrono. Chrono Resurrection, that might have been it.
I have zero faith that the Chrono remake will be good. Like, truly negative faith it will be good.
Okay,
I don't even believe it's happening. I'll believe it when I see it.
I feel the same way. I'm biggest remake skeptical man alive, more or less. But, like, I did play the Mario RPG remake because I was like, look, I want to play this game. I have free time. It's on my Switch.
I am a piece of shit because I hate remakes, but I also played that because I just love Super Mario RPG.
I know, I love it so much. And it was like 85% still good,
right? I just have that kind of brain where I still just think the original looks better. Everything about it
of course it looks better. Obviously, it's infinitely better, no doubt.
The things I liked about the remake was like it had some weird bullshit where it had like post-game super bosses or whatever. It's like that's fine. That's fine
like
because
that.
the game is already.
That a lot.
That's what I mean. The game's already short and easy, so it's like throw in a little extra content. It really didn't hurt the experience at all. So I was like,
the old people changed their tune. Give them a little bit of super bosses. Give them a little bit of accessibility, and they turn around.
I know.
Sniff, sniff.
That's true. Didn't they have Waka as a super boss in like a 1,000-Year Door remake or something, which is very cute.
Who Waka? I'm forgetting. Who is this?
He's like the blue mole guy. He's like the little guy who can bonk on his head or whatever, and then get
the guy from Animal Crossing? Wait, not Rossetti, not Mr. Rossetti from Animal Crossing. No, he is not.
That would have been
an
amazing crossover. No. This guy.
Okay.
But yeah, you completely call me out, Noni, and you're completely right, which is that yes, right. I say remakes are bad, and then they give me a remake of a game I like with like super boss and like extra content. I'm like, ooh, but maybe it's actually okay sometimes. And I'm two minds too, because I'm a little weird about the Resident Evil 4 remake, right? But like Resident Evil 2 remake is like that is like, or you can call Resident Evil 2 remake a remake. That is just a brand new game.
It's a different game,
copying the homework of Resident Evil 2. But like you can't even remotely be like, oh, that I played Resident Evil 2 remake, so I don't have to play the original. It's like replace the experience. Like, they're completely different kinds of games. Whereas RE4 remake and RE4, they are actually very different. It's not like you played one, but they are the same. I mean, they are right. It's over the shoulder shooter. They're so much more similar than they are different.
If Mark was here, he would kill you where you stand for saying that.
Okay, here's the thing though. I have to defend, just for my boy Mark.
That's his village and origin story. Yeah, okay.
Just for my boy Mark. Here's the thing. Resident Evil 4 remake is just so fucking close to 4, but 4 is so much better. And it's not like, 4 is so much better, as in I remember it being better. I played both of them back to back, and I'm like, 4 is just better.
4 is still better. It's still better. And I like, it's fine if you like 4 remake. I liked 4 remake for what it is, but like 4 is just better. And every little thing. It's just so many things about it. The art style. I've even played the Quest 2 VR version of 4, and it's like fuck. Like it's different because it changes the game balance, so you can like move and shoot and all this crazy shit. Right. But it was just made me realize like, God, Resident Evil 4 original is just like a perfect fucking little game.
Yeah.
It's tight.
That's what they say. Well, Noni, what about like? Isn't there like a new Veronica fucking Resident Evil or something?
Oh yeah. The new Resident Evil remake.
Oh my God.
Yeah, right.
To be fair, if there ever was a game that needed a remake in this series, like out of those ones.
The thing about the Resident Evil remakes is they could go one of two routes, which is like 4 remake, which is just the same game, probably worse, but looks better, but vaguely just it's good, it's whatever, moving on. Or they could do 3 remake, which is just bad. So could
right. That one is so funny because you'll never ever be able to convince me it was anything other than they just wanted to get it done as fast as possible so they could get to the 4 remake.
And Code Veronica is like coming out next year, and 9 came out like this year, and I'm like, is this like a situation where we're just gonna get another 3 remake where it's just gonna be another shit game again?
It certainly looks.
Wait, okay, here's the real question. Veronica, then what? They're not remaking 5. They're just not. They're not going to do it. They're scared.
They're not allowed.
They're too scared. I'm telling you, it's not going to happen.
There's no.
They're going to skip it. They're going to skip it.
I'm willing to bet you actual real money. Like it's gonna be.
Dude, okay. They can always be like, "Oh, we're just silly Japanese people. We don't know, we don't know."
That works. That works back then.
It works.
People will have a meltdown if that game came out today.
Yeah.
Oh no. Okay, but actual real answer.
Maybe. Okay. You know what? Actually, you're right. You know what? You're right. It will come. They will do Resident Evil 5 remake. They're just going to change a lot of stuff. They're not going to see the spear chuckers and the freaking outfits like that. It's unbelievable. Some of the shit.
Can a man not kill Africans without anyone assuming he's racist? Come on.
It's. Whatever. We don't even need to rehash this whole thing. I'm just like saying purely, you know what? You are probably right. They probably will do it because it will make money. Resident Evil 5 is actually one of the best-selling games of the whole franchise. So like, they're just going to see dollar signs and they're just going to do it.
Okay.
But there will be a lot of changes, is all I'm going to say.
Okay, but actually, no, here's the thing. I've played Resident Evil 5 recently with a friend.
Sure.
And we were talking about like, they're gonna remake this game. The spear chucker section, when we reached it and we finished it, we were like, this is not gonna be in the game. It's not gonna be in the game.
Like, that's what I was specifically thinking about when I was like, they're not gonna do it.
No, guys, it's just the spears are just gonna be made of vibranium from Wakanda. That's all they have to change, and it works. It so works.
Okay, but actual serious answer to your question, Cyber. What's the next one? It's 1 remake. That's the actual one that the lead.
Another
one. Right. Yes, there's gonna be over the shoulder one.
Yes.
Fuck, that's gonna be terrible, isn't it? Why would you want that? One already. That's so funny because 1 has the perfect remake already. They already did the perfect remake of 1 in the style of 1.
They want to bring it into the style of like 2, 3, and 4, and 1 is like nostalgic. So like, according to the leaks, it's gonna be 1 remake, and then we're gonna get probably 10. Then we're gonna get 5 remake. That seems to be like the sort of trajectory.
That sounds very plausible to me.
I agree. Well,
I can't wait to get on Internet Genius when they release Resident Evil 5 remake.
Yeah,
and we can
revisit this. Harness that rage. We'll harness that joy.
All the discourse to get a 1 billion viewed podcast episode.
So how many Africans did you kill? And they should give you a counter specifically in the end of the game, at the end of the credits. Oh, exciting stuff. I was not ever a Resident Evil guy. I saw this discourse happening in the distance way back in. When did 5 even come out? Like 2010 or something? Was it even before that?
It was like 2007 or something, wasn't it?
Okay, all right. So we're
RE5 came out in 2009. You're right. Yeah, damn. God damn, that's an old-ass game, isn't it?
That was before we criminalized...
That was actually a long time after 4. That was a pretty big break between those. Well, it's not that, like 4 years. In my mind, 4 years used to feel like an incredibly long time between games back in the day, right?
We are so buck-broken. It's completely over for our generation, man. Oh, God.
I have a feeling... No, this is not a bet. I'm willing to, like, act... You know what? Maybe... I think we'll get, you know what's Cyber, just to fuck with you, I think we'll get 5 remake before we get Elder Scrolls 6. I think we'll get
you're probably right. It's funny because it's like, that's, even based on what the thing you said, that's like 3 games away or 2 full games away, but like, they haven't even started on Elder Scrolls, so it's like, they haven't, and this isn't like a crazy, they've like said that, they're like, yeah, we had to do all of Starfield or whatever, it's like, which, by the way, biggest, who gives a shit of all time? Who gives a fucking shit about Starfield? Nobody. It's funny how much people, it's like they really thought like Bethesda charm would carry them over the finish line. Where it's like people actually just love the like the universes of like Fallout and Elder Scrolls, so they're willing to put up with tons of jank. Nobody gave a
lore
fuck
videos about
that
those.
game.
Yeah, I've barely played, and I think about them all the time. It's cool shit. What's his name? Dagoth Ur is my guy. He's a certified dude. He's an internet genius, 100%. Welcome to the club, buddy. He is 100%.
I guess we're at the finale.
We are at the finale.
Yeah, we talked about every good game coming out.
So I don't know. Is the conclusion that like, okay, there's a limited pool. You know what? I'll end on a white pill. This is like the ending of season 1 of True Detective. We're looking up and we're like the vast blackness. And Woody Harrelson is like, I don't know, man. Looks like darkness is kind of winning. And then based Rust looks and says, we did it. We became true detectives. And you know what? It used to be nothing but blackness. And now there are stars, so you know what? To me, it looks like we're winning. We're on the attack. We can make
all
good
the stars
things.
in the sky are our friends. Remember that?
They're all our stars, or skies, or friends, or good guys. Yeah, exactly true. That's what it is. Yeah, I'm at the place in my life personally where I do not go out of my way to make a ton of time to play games that aren't like the ones that have been on my list for like 5-10 years. Like, oh yeah, when this comes out, I'm playing that game. It does happen. There are things like that Donkey Kong game. Never heard about it until it came out. No, I'd like to play it if I had a Switch too. Or anything that FromSoft makes, I'll play. Toby Fox is extremely reliable and good. Although, I heard on the grapevine, he's a total fake sell at Japanese and isn't even that good. I have heard this rumor around. I don't know if it's true. But Toby, it's over for you, buddy.
This new chapter is going to be all weeb-oriented. There's talk about the festival is going to be like weeb-coded or whatever,
I
so
almost
that'll
forgot.
be fun
It's
to see.
completely Japan-pilled. Oh, the whole thing is like got
Look,
like
he loves Japan,
everywhere.
period, okay? You have to cut him some
It's
slack.
Kino. I cannot wait to play that shit. There's going to be katanas. There's going to be anime. Dude, literally tomorrow.
Anime.
Literally tomorrow. We're going back
Deltarune
to
tomorrow.
Japan.
For us,
yes.
not you, the viewers, listeners, but for us right now, it is
Right.
Deltarune tomorrow day.
You are
which is actually more exciting than Deltarune release dates.
Dude, watch
tomorrow day.
Watch it comes out and it's a total bomb and all our
That would be the
enthusiasm is
funniest.
like,
Yeah, nobody even can take this episode seriously because we're like, dude, they don't even know Deltarune's a complete piece of shit. Everyone hates it. It ruined his whole reputation.
We're dinosaurs talking from 3 days in the past, man. We couldn't possibly understand.
It is okay. It is the 2 upcoming games I wanted to talk about were Deltarune and Star Fox, and both of those will be out by the time you can hear this episode.
Oh,
so they're not even upcoming.
That soon? Shit, man, I had no idea. I totally missed that. I hope it's
Star Fox
good,
is.
but okay, does the gameplay look good? Is that part look okay?
That's true. Okay, to be fair, if they, here's the thing. I guess I'll have to play. I'll have to see it and find out, or I don't know if I'm necessarily going to play it myself. But it's like the aura loss is so significant.
It looks pretty bad.
It's hard,
yeah.
and I'm just like, but here's the thing. Here's the thing. I always wanted them to just make Star Fox 64 2. They never did that. People say they did it with Assault. Assault is not Star Fox 64 2. Assault has a bunch of crazy other shit going on. It's not necessarily all bad. I don't have time to get into all that, but like, just make Star Fox 64 2, and maybe if this game sells well, they'll just do it. I don't know.
That really is the ultimate conclusion. For the love of God, please make, like, new things. I mean, the remakes, my God. I mean, everyone's talking about the endless remake slop cycle we're in now. We have to break free of the cycle of causality. We are Simone and the Daigurandon trapped in the Anti-Spiral's mind prison. We have to break free somehow. It has to happen one of these days. We have to combine the powers of multiple alternate dimensions, unify them into one Giga Drill Breaker, and break out of this hellscape. How can we do it? I don't know, but the internet geniuses are on the case. We are finding out, okay, the internet geniuses may have solved every problem in this universe, but what about the multiverse? We have to solve all the other problems everywhere. We're going multiverse Marvel pill, guys. It's happening. Yay.
We have to go to another dimension with the Internet Dumbasses podcast and be like, no, you guys are fucking it up.
I think the Internet Imbecile Council is out there, yes. The Internet Imbeciles are out there, our arch nemesis, led by worst guy ever, no doubt. He is chief captain of the Internet Imbeciles.
He'll be here for us.
Dude, we gotta have an episode one.
For me is...
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for it. it. The announcement of Persona 5 remake before Persona 6 comes out. I'm just
no.
Like the
it can't happen.
There is a real chance. There is a real chance in the cards to get 5 remake before 6 comes out. It's fucking madness.
They're literally legally. I'm on board with you now. There literally legally should be a law on paper. It's like you're not allowed to remake a game that came out in 2016. That is too new.
Correct.
Okay?
You can't do it. Possibly all should be criminalized forever. Submit it to us for personal review. We'll Resident Evil 1 remake.
We'll grant special exceptions for people if you can prove that your remake deserves to exist.
Correct.
Which is gonna be like 1 out of a billion.
There are exceptions, but you have to have our personal approval. That's the only way this works. We have to have a council for this.
Yeah, we tried democracy. We tried the free marketplace of ideas. We tried vote with your wallet, and none of that works. The only thing that works is smart people
Palpatine
telling you what to do.
Here. We're Palpatine, internet genius for sure. Obviously, he's a member of the Senate. Guys, democracy is great, but we need better ideas now.
We need better ideas. You need us to choose the games, and message to you, Capcom, if you want your Resident Evil remakes, you better make sure that Mark is not on the board for that specific submission.
Correct. I would not gamble with those odds right there. He's a powerful force to be reckoned with. All right, everybody. Thanks for listening. We went a little bit extra time today, but fuck you. Enjoy it. Take it down your gullet. Patreon.com/internetgenius is the place to go. Give us money for the show. Your name's in the credits. You're getting bonus episodes. New bonus episode will be out maybe before this, but probably just a day or two after this episode comes out. We'll talk about Mina the Hollower in great depth. It's epic. It's hilarious. And Noni's secret favorite game of all time, Mixtape, gets another thorough review. Good stuff, people. Good stuff. All right, hey, there you go.
We've mentioned Mixtape for the last 4 episodes.
It's the best meme. It's the best meme ever. Just like that odious He Who Copes is the worst thing ever. Dude, he's the true puppet master behind the internet imbeciles. No doubt about it. Conspiring against our every move across the multiverse. And only a council made up of all best guy evers across every multiverse could possibly combat a man. It's like Rick. It's like Rick and Morty, how he's combining other Ricks to fight guys.
Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
Exactly.
All right, wait. Cyber, thank you for being on.
Yes,
we appreciate you coming
on,
man. Happy to do it.
It was fun. Always fun to talk about games.
Yes, we all love games for big gamers. Noni, thank you for being here as well, but shut the hell up. We don't need to hear from you once again. You've talked enough for one day. You've exceeded your quota of 0 words you're allowed to speak on this episode, so a hearty fuck you, buddy.
I cry. I shit my pants.
All right. Thanks for listening, everybody. We'll see you on the next episode of Internet Genius. Woo! Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye.
Gotta say goodbye real quick. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Work sucks. Food's cold. No sleep. Getting old. Maybe it's time to figure it out. Think it up. What life's about. I need Internet Genius, bringing all the best ideas. Certified right boys all the time. If you want the correct opinion, here's mine. Internet Genius, where the politics are serious. Do we have free will? Free will. Is God even chill? So chill. I'll find out when I look it up online. Solving everything, one podcast